Hey everyone, the Talking Dads podcast is brought to you by Little Scholars Early Learning Center. Whether your family needs infant care, a preschool program, or before and after school care, Little Scholars' highly rated Step Up to Quality programs provide quality early childhood education at an affordable price. Visit www.littlescholars.net to get in contact with an enrollment specialist and schedule a tour of any of their 5 Lake County campuses. Here's the deal. Talking Dads fans are getting a little bonus. Mention that you heard about them through our podcast, and when you tour, and you'll receive $25 off of your registration fee. Again, that's Little Scholars Early Learning Center, where children learn, play, and grow together.
In a world where moms continue to dominate parenting authority and a father's role is minimized in society, 2 dads take on the toughest parenting topics on a weekly basis, all while drinking bourbon. They are the Talking Dads.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Talking Dads. I am Steve, and over there is Ian.
Hi.
And tonight we have a special guest, Mr. Tyler Bortnick. Welcome.
Thank you. Did I do that right, Steve?
Yeah, you're good. You're good, buddy. And we are coming to you from the Collab in downtown Willoughby.
Yes, sir. It's been a little while.
It has been.
It's been a few weeks.
Very cool space, I must say.
Thank you.
Yeah. Welcome to our space.
Very cool. And I was watching a couple episodes the last couple days in preparation. I was like, you know what is that place really like in there? And when you walk in here, it's like, wow, that's actually really sweet.
Yeah.
Nice,
They did a
man.
really good
This
job
place
with
is
this
awesome.
place. I get to come here a lot for different business meetings and stuff like that.
Ooh.
It's a awesome space to work in.
Is it okay if I give Sanjay
Yeah.
a plug?
Yeah.
Good job, sir. Very
Yeah.
good job.
Yeah.
Sanjay with Notion built a wonderful collab here in beautiful downtown Willoughby.
Yes, sir.
Pretty cool.
That is the man. So, Ian,
Yeah.
how you doing? Are you
I'm okay.
back at it? You
I
feeling
don't
good?
know.
You guys sip the bourbon, by the way?
You could sip the bourbon, yeah.
You guys do
Oh,
like
by the
a
way,
formal-
this is I've had this before, haven't I?
I don't know if
Which
you
way?
have.
Spin it.
So
spin it.
this is the Legend.
More like legendary.
Yeah, right. So
Seriously,
this
man,
is
that
a
stuff is good.
collaboration between Jim Beam and Suntory out in Japan. So the 2 master distillers came together, and the Japanese are known for their mixing or their combining of different blends, or blending, I think is what the right term is.
They're blending.
And so
94
Beam
proof,
and
pretty lethal.
they got together and did something. It's pretty damn good.
It's good, man. This is tasty.
Cannot find it in Ohio, so
So maybe
brought this back from Kentucky.
this has been on your shelf, though, right?
Yeah, it
Okay,
has
that's
been on
fine,
the
that's
shelf
fine.
for a while. I was going to save it for a bourbon review, and then I thought, well, we've got the legendary Tyler Bortnick in here, so
The man,
we might as well.
the myth.
You know, I was going to say,
Bring
these
on the
glasses
legend.
really make it enjoyable to
Hey,
just when you poured it, it was
Yeah.
really cool.
Yeah.
And then now just looking at it in this,
Glencairn
I thought it was
glass.
I thought it was a snifter, but the Glencairn makes
Yeah.
it all the much cooler.
Yeah, it's wonderful.
absolutely,
So I
man.
saw you guys do it. I think you guys.
Once
did
you get snobby about your bourbon, you
No,
start
no,
drinking
I-
out of these.
Yeah, I can't remember when you picked these up, though. I mean, this has been maybe this summer.
yeah, I think over the summertime.
We got real official.
Yeah.
Real
Are
official.
have you been on the bourbon trail as long as
I have not.
has
So
Ian brought you along?
Ian has
I've only been
Bro-
once.
so we're gonna do it.
Yeah.
The plan is to late summer. I think we're thinking.
Yeah, I'm thinking maybe late summer, early fall, try and get something together.
Yeah, so that's the plan. So we'll see. You can join us.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll talk a little bit about that in a second. Before we go any further, give us your dad profile.
Yeah.
So a little bit about who you are, your child, who is new, I understand.
Very new.
Just give us a few seconds out of that, and then we'll take it from there.
Okay. First of all, the bourbon is great.
Yeah.
Hey.
That was very
Cheers to that.
smooth and actually had a good smell to it.
Oh yeah.
I was like, wow.
Oh, it's good.
Yeah,
I
it's
It's
like
my
pretty good
first
stuff.
time having it. I know you guys have had it before, so.
I thought I
It's
had,
good.
but I guess I had.
You may have. I don't know.
I don't know.
Anyways, I'm 32 now, and I never really knew when or how I was gonna have kids. I never really saw a path to it, but I always knew it was eventually gonna happen. I was fortunate enough to meet a beautiful lady, my current fiance. Her name's Monica, and we have been together probably the last 3 years.
Okay.
And I just knew from the day I met her, I was like, I would realistically, this would be great. She could be the one. And eventually that happened. Came to fruition on January 5th. Had my
Nice.
first baby boy. Thank you. He's healthy. We actually
absolutely.
did the old surprise birthday party, believe it or not. Most people do the gender reveal, but
Right.
longer we waited, we're like, let's do the surprise. So,
Yeah.
I was cool. I just knew it was a boy the whole time. I don't know. People were saying, "Oh, the way she's carrying it, is she?"
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Everyone's got an
their theory,
opinion.
Yeah.
I heard a couple. I was like,
Different
okay.
wives'
Yeah,
tales.
yeah.
well, if
and
you get sick in the first,
heartbeat. And,
yeah, everything.
But yeah, the whole process was pretty crazy, but actually very smooth. Everything went according to plan.
Good.
You got two
Yep.
two and two.
Yeah.
So you guys done the process twice.
Yeah.
So yeah, right
That's
now,
something.
yeah, the I'm sure the early stages of fatherhood is one of the most pleasing or
It's amazing, and it's
So January
Dude,
5th. So you're like
You're a month
6
in.
weeks
yeah,
in
like
or 5 weeks in.
He's-
Yeah.
it's a month.
Yeah.
Yes, 2 days.
Oh yeah. I don't know. It's only the
So he's a month
7th.
old.
Yeah.
he's a month and
2 days.
2
Yeah.
days. Today's
Wow.
Today's the 7th. So yeah, I was gonna say when he was born, it's like this. I never realized I could love something so
Yeah.
much.
It's
I was
amazing
like,
how that hits you so
wow.
fast.
Oh,
too.
dude, I was all in from like the second he popped out. I was like, first of all, I was like taken back,
Mhm.
and then I just when I held him, I was like, wow, this is the coolest thing ever. This is a really cool experience.
Absolutely, man.
I've said this before, and I don't obviously can't speak to a mother's perspective, but I've always said that like I think the mom builds that bond so much faster than we do, right? Like carrying the baby for that long and everything, and I always felt like I was super excited. Felt kind of weird, like talking to the baby and stuff like it was kind of weird, but like you still were so in love and everything. But then like that baby comes out,
That's when it hits you too.
and you're
It's
just like, holy shit, I'm a dad.
I don't think
Yeah.
anything seems real with any of it until.
Like I'm getting goosebumps just talking
I know.
about it.
That's funny you said that because it's true. It's like that moment though when they're born, and that's when it's like for a guy, it's like that's real. That just happened. That's my son.
Well, because too, like we like
have a-
try and plan leading up to it. Like, all right, do we have enough? Is the nursery done? Do we have this taken care of? And like, how long is she going to be off of work? And like, when do I go back to work? And do I have to take? How much time can I take off
Okay,
realistically?
you're giving me an anxiety.
Hey man,
So those thoughts have been.
Yeah.
That's another.
Yeah.
like,
absolutely, man.
There's some serious stuff you gotta
Life changer.
consider.
It-
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
a lot, man.
It's
But-
life changing.
It's amazing.
I'll tell you
And-
what, man.
I'm sure the
it's-
process is amazing.
Yeah, 100%.
It
Sure,
really
just-
is, man. And I mean, Sam, my 4-year-old, I still remember when he was born, and like
Ooh,
and it's like,
is he a lefty?
but no, I wish, man. I try to tie his right arm down, but it doesn't work. Actually, he does throw left-handed a lot, but I can't really tell. He's so young.
Well, at least put him in the left-handed bag.
I'm trying, man. I'm trying. Oh, he does swing. He swings lefty.
Does he?
Yeah. You know how I found out? We went golfing.
Yeah.
So Ian and I took our boys golfing last year.
It was like 2 years ago, bro.
Oh, God.
They were really young.
So Sam, I made these golf clubs. I cut down my old clubs, like 4 clubs.
Cut him in half.
Yeah, cut them down and
Oh, that's
put the
cool.
grips on them and everything. And so we took him golfing, and he kept swinging with the backside of the driver. I'm like, he's swinging left-handed. I'm like, okay, these are not going to work for him. But as he started hitting the baseball off the tee and everything, he always swings left-handed. So
That's awesome.
I don't know about throwing yet. I'm hoping.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed. But what I was going to say is he's 4 now. I still remember when he was born. That time,
Yeah.
dude, I'm telling you, it
Fly?
goes by so fast.
It sounds like such a cliche, and
It-
every
it-
single person you talk to is gonna be like, "Oh, make sure you take it all in because it's gonna go like that."
I've heard every cliche. in
It
the
does,
book.
dude.
It's all
Years
true.
go by like
Yeah,
days.
they
all
do,
true,
man.
I see these. I've seen these parents at like at restaurants, and they're like, "Take this in," because I'm telling you, I remember when my kids were that age. They're in their 20s now.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, it goes by really quick. I'm like, I know. I'm trying. You know, and it's tough because like everybody's busy. You're always running, and it's like it's tough to take a step back and realize what's going on. So try to. I mean, I try to do it every day when I realize it. Like
Yeah.
you got to step back and just enjoy it.
I could see how it could become something more than that, though. You know, like I said, we were talking about kids. It's a big responsibility. Like,
Sure.
You guys had your kids probably in your 20s, right?
No,
I was
No, I was
30. 29.
I was 29. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean,
Both got a. I can't believe I don't know this, but
One boy and a girl.
oh, cool.
I have 2 boys.
And he's
Wow.
got 2 boys. Yeah.
Are we gonna try for the old please the mommy with the girl? I think you already got asked this question before.
I haven't. My wife is about it.
Dude, little nuggets are cool. I'm all about them.
I mean, she's. We talk about it, and I'm like, yeah, I don't know. I'm like, how do you feel with the 2 right now? I'm telling you, man, 3-year-old was tough, man. Sam at 3 was a nightmare. But I'm telling you, 4, it's been pretty good with him. He's been a lot. He's like,
yeah, I mean,
he's doing great right now.
Yeah, 100%.
Well, you know, I mean, I was stressed for a while. I'm like, this terrible 3s, whatever you want to call it, was real.
I
man.
think 100% 3s are worse than 2s.
Absolutely.
Although I don't know, Sloan is giving me a run for that.
Well, anyway, she'll
Right
be
now.
3 soon, so.
Maybe it's just
I
girls.
like that name,
don't know.
Sloan. That's a
Yeah,
very cool
thank
name.
you. Yeah, she's a terror right now.
What's the other one's name?
Gibson.
Gibson. Oh yeah,
Yeah, my
Gibson.
boy's name is Gibson.
What's your son's name?
Colson.
Colson. Ooh, baseball player.
Colson.
Colson Lee, right?
Colson Lee.
Yeah.
Colson Lee Bortnick. Sounds like a baseball player.
He does
Dude,
sound like a baseball player.
Yes. Yes, indeed.
It's in his blood.
So I was gonna say, when's the first time you guys saw some like baseball or whatever like interactions with your kid? Was it like 2 years old? Was it?
So Ian's son was like right off the rip, I feel
Yeah,
like.
like just barely 2 years old, maybe even younger than 2. He was hitting off a tee, and then he hated the tee, so I'd have to pitch to him. He loves baseball.
He loves
so
baseball.
Much.
He's good
Like it
too.
gives me so much joy. We go to like the Indians games and go in like the what is it called? Like the family deck or whatever. And
Oh, yeah.
like
Yeah.
they
Indians
have
do
people out
really
there
good-
pitching and everything.
Yeah.
And they'd be like getting up real close, and Gibbs would be like, move back, and then he'd crush the ball.
Yeah,
you know?
he's got it, man.
I know you guys are baseball guys, so I know
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
means a lot.
We go way back to the McMinn days.
Oh
dude.
yeah, oh we do, man. I was talking to Ian about that a little bit here before. I hope that got brought up.
Those
Yeah.
those were the days, man.
Yeah, 100%. No, so Gibbs, he definitely loves baseball. We actually just signed him up for his 2nd year of T-ball.
Mm-hmm.
They won't let him play regular.
How old is he?
He's 4.
T-ball at 4.
Yeah, so
Wow.
he did it at 3. So we got him. So since he turned 4 during the season last year, he started at 3. But since he turned 4, they let him play, and he did pretty good last year. Yeah, 100%.
Cool.
Cool.
So yeah, so he'll do his 2nd year of T-ball this year, and then and it's like modified T-ball.
Yeah.
So like they get like 3 or I think they get 3 pitches from the coach, and then if they don't hit it, then they put it on the tee and
Is
let
it
them
pretty
hit
hard
it.
to watch?
I coached last year, bro.
Oh really?
Yeah, I'm
I
not
know it can be
coaching
tough.
this year.
I don't know if I could coach.
I'm not
man.
coaching
I don't
this
think I could
year.
do it. I coached baseball for I want to say like 5 years. I did. I coached at Menor High.
No way.
I was the JV coach there for 2 years, and then I coached a baseball team called the Blaze. It was like a 15U team. I coached them for 3 years.
Wow.
So I'm like, I don't know if I could go down to these kids that are, I have to teach the fundamentals.
Fundamentals,
Because
right.
when you get kids that are like, they're ready to go and they're like, already know everything.
Right.
It's so much better, man. I don't know
Yeah.
if I mean, you probably find the patience, but I don't know if I could coach the.
Well,
young
it's the
ones
difference
yet.
between fine tuning and straight up teaching. Like,
Yeah.
like I would imagine it'd be much easier to fine tune somebody that like already has the basics down. You say, okay, let's try this and see what kind of results you get.
Oh, yeah.
Versus,
Yeah.
hey, quit picking up rocks.
Stop
Pay
playing in the
attention.
dirt.
Yeah,
You
right.
have to kind of change your coaching strategies when you're dealing with.
Oh yeah, I'll be
youth,
sitting there like
too.
doing pitching. I'll be like, "Why isn't this kid throwing a curveball? I clearly gave him a sign." I don't know.
You're
what's
like,
happening.
Coach Steve, they're 5.
This is horseshit. Just kicking the bases around, throwing bats on the field. Get down on it, you're pathetic.
You got these like detailed lineups and everything.
Like, dude, you got to chill out, man. All the parents have been talking. We're a little
Yeah.
concerned about you.
Is this a Menor youth league? Or is
So it's Concord.
Concord?
Yeah,
Okay.
so I live in Concord. So there's it's actually a really nice league that they put together. It's pretty organized. So there was like, I think we had 8 or 9 teams.
That's pretty
for
damn good,
T-ball.
man.
Yeah,
Do they play off that field?
they play over
Remember-
at the elementary schools.
Okay.
Was it that field? What's that field that we were at for the Easter egg hunt? They play
No,
over there?
they don't play there.
Okay,
That's
that's
just
like
like
a
a township park or whatever.
You guys remember CLP?
Yeah.
Concord,
Yeah.
Concord
Yeah.
Leroy Perry
Yeah.
back in the day?
I don't
Oh,
think
yeah.
they have that anymore. I think they're
No,
all
there's a lot-
split up now.
Yeah, I was
Really?
because now there's a lot more.
There's just a
people
lot
living
more
over there.
kids. Yeah.
I mean, so did you guys? Thinking back to when we were younger, did you guys play T-ball?
I don't think I ever played T-ball.
I think I started. At
I
coach
played
pitch.
softball.
You played softball.
My
prior
first
to?
year, it was coach pitch softball, and the only way that I could play, because I was young, I think I was probably 4.
Yeah.
And the only way they would let me play was if my dad coached.
Oh, okay.
And so, like, I remember that.
kid.
Yeah, right.
Great. Typical.
So then after that, and that was
Starting
Menor on the
shortstop.
Lake League. That was Menor on the Lake
Yeah, I
League.
remember that.
Over off
ML,
Andrews
man.
Road?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's by the fire station.
Yep,
Yeah.
yep. So I did that for a year and then moved over to McMinn.
Yeah,
That's
that's
how I
just where I
play.
met you,
Right
man.
across the
Yeah.
road.
Yep.
That's crazy. Yeah.
Good times.
Good times.
I'm looking forward to that with my kid. Like
Yeah,
I
man.
said,
It's cool, man.
I don't know when's too soon to put a ball in his hand or a
Never
bat.
too
or,
soon.
I don't
Too
want
soon,
to
man.
force. Like, do you guys ever feel like you're forcing something? Or
It's a good
I guess
point.
Too soon to.
So I try to. So Sam is like all over the map with what he likes to do. I don't know if he's going to be playing baseball. I hope he does, but I just try to see what he likes to do. And he's like
what's exactly?
basketball. He likes soccer, hockey. He'll play baseball for a few minutes, and then he's like, all right, let's move on to the next thing. So I don't know. He's 4. I mean, so it's hard to tell.
Every kid is so different, man.
absolutely.
Like, like Gibbs, once he learned about so I remember I would watch like Indians reruns like on STO or whatever at night when I was up with him. And I don't know if that like
Kind of stuck
like
with
when
him.
he was like a bit like your kid's age, like I'd be up at night because he'd be up, and so I'd take the night shift or whatever, and I'd go downstairs, and it was either watching golf or
Indians
reruns. And so I have no idea if that like stuck with him, but like as soon as he figured out that he could swing a bat, like if it's nice out, all he wants to do is go, and I'll pitch to him for hours.
And it's probably from watching that.
It could be. I don't
It's
know.
very
It
influential
could
when the kid watches anything.
But
I'm sure
he was
he's
also
like a sponge.
He was also very good right away.
Yeah, so it's like
Like
so it makes it a lot more
unreasonably
fun.
good.
Yeah.
Like
That's
I don't know
He's
why.
really
Yeah, whoa, he's good.
And
Like,
so
that's
since
gotta be
he
really cool as a
sees a
dad.
little bit of success with it, like he loves doing it.
Yeah, that's
Because there's
really
other
cool.
things that he'll try and do, like playing catch with a football. He can't throw a spiral. I mean, he's 4.
Yeah.
Can't throw a spiral,
kid.
and he can't catch it like as well. And so like he doesn't want to play.
Yeah, because it's not that satisfaction of
Right.
being good at it. I
Right.
get it.
But
they're young, so it's hard to tell.
I'm happy that he likes baseball.
Yeah.
So
for
Well,
sure.
we've talked about this on other episodes too. It's like you said, you don't want to be forceful and make them do something that you want them to do, and it's tough because like we've talked to other people. Jimmy Hanlon's a good
Yeah.
example.
He's
said,
got
like,
2 kids. He said.
yeah,
Yeah,
he's got 2 boys.
Jimmy,
So-
if you're watching this, I want to meet you. You seem like a cool dude.
he is an awesome guy.
He is.
But he
He's
said-
a
he
really
said
good
your
dude.
kids are who they're going to be.
Right.
So forcing something on them is not something. I mean, you could try. I mean, I don't think my parents were. I don't know. I don't think my parents were very forceful with baseball. I know
Mine
my
weren't.
dad-
I just gravitated towards it,
Yeah.
and I think it was a lot because
We had
know,
such a
watching
good
it.
group.
yeah.
we did.
We did have a good group though, playing as kids.
Oh yeah, man.
I mean,
Isn't that just crazy to go back and think about?
Yeah.
I would love to just be on that field on McMinn. You know, there's minors, then there was the ponies over
ponies.
here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like all these dudes are hitting
Dude.
bombs over on this field
Yeah.
while this game's going. It's like, oh, here comes a foul ball. You know?
Well, and I loved it too because I always got to swap back and forth between like
because you were in a,
your group and his group.
Were you
'cause
like a
it-
young cutoff guy?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, I
was
remember that.
There was a time that
So,
I
like-
played with Tyler though, because I think because you.
Well, that was when we
and
played
Bo
that
were on the
travel
same-
team.
Yeah.
I think you were always.
I was ahead of you, but I played with you for like 1 year. I remember because you and Bo were on the team.
Yeah.
We were at the same time. This was like
This was McMinn, right?
Yeah,
McMahon.
that was when we had the pinstripes. That was
Yeah.
that travel team that
those
we put
jerseys were
together.
sweet.
Weren't
Dude,
they
I love
awesome?
That
those.
was like
Man.
my first.
And so there was like
jersey, and I
a
was
bigger
like,
age gap between it. It's like we were allowed to have whatever it was.
we had
Like,
all of us on that
yeah.
team. Yeah, that was
the
so
best,
good.
man.
We were so good.
oh yeah, we're dominant.
I always loved the McMinn mentor.
The rivalry,
Just, yeah,
Yeah.
It's like,
Oh,
playing
so
the
good, man.
firecracker tournament
Oh,
and winning
man.
it.
Yeah.
It's between
No big
them.
deal.
No big deal. Yeah, dude. What was it? Menor Magic was another team.
Yeah.
There's
What
some
was that?
stud baseball
LCP
players.
Was it? No. Who was that other team? Lake
Lake County.
LCB.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
LCB. That's
Yeah.
right. Lake County
That's
baseball.
where Perry played.
Yeah.
That's
they were
like
good.
that's
Yeah,
like
they were good.
Riverside, right? It's like
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, those were the days, man.
Yeah, we were very fortunate. We grew up in an era, I think, number one, during that time, Major League Baseball was at its height. I mean, that was steroid era, so like popularity was at an all-time high. And so everyone wanted to play baseball. We just had, like, I don't know if it's still like that now. I guess our kids aren't old
it's
enough
not.
yet.
And I remember
I don't think it is.
But,
I
like-
think kids are like really into basketball is a big one for young kids.
yeah, they're
yeah.
really
That's big. for
hammering the
kids.
youth.
Yeah, and it's not even they don't even like teams. They like players.
Right.
They like their Instagram account.
Right.
Absolutely, man.
Yeah.
I mean, we like the Indians.
Dude, we used to be able
love
to.
other players, but I mean,
Yeah.
I loved the Indians.
Dude,
That
I
was it.
remember I used to be able to name the rosters for like. I always remember it was the Indians, the Yankees, the Mariners.
Mariners are so good.
Who were some of the other really? Oh, the Braves. Fuck the Braves.
How about Super Nintendo? Ken Griffey Jr. presents Major League Baseball.
Dude, break,
So
You remember that game?
break the
good.
bat over their head. Like,
Yeah.
that game
Oh,
was the
come
best.
on.
Yeah.
So good.
Yes.
So
Dude,
good.
I mean,
It runs deep over here in baseball.
it does, man. It really
yeah,
does.
it was awesome, man.
Oh,
Yeah,
Griffey,
we
man,
grew up in a.
the Mariners back in the 90s were
Yeah,
just
they had A-Rod.
Sick jerseys. I actually was fortunate enough to play for
Griffey.
the Mariners organization.
Oh, that's
Very
right, you
classy
did.
Yeah, let's
organization.
talk about that for a minute.
Yeah.
You,
Whatever you want to talk about.
Mr. Baseball over
Yeah.
here,
Yeah.
went a lot further than any of us. So you played. What organizations did you play for?
I played for, I think, a total of 5, but I've played for teams wise. I've probably played. It's probably 15, 16.
Yeah.
So
Really?
yeah, whenever you get drafted or whatever, affiliated with a Major League Baseball team, they have minor league system, right?
So were you
Yeah.
drafted or did you? I don't know, because you went to Coastal Carolina, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
So that process obviously went to Mentor and went to Coastal for 4 years. I had an opportunity to get drafted as like a junior,
Mm-hmm.
but there wasn't really any incentive for me to go, I would say. I mean,
Okay.
the only incentive would be to me just get in the system faster.
Right.
But in hindsight, you kind of look back on that and say, coulda, shoulda, woulda, but it actually worked out for the better. So I stayed for my senior year at Coastal, and the first team to draft me was Tampa Bay.
Mm-hmm.
And wow, that was a really cool experience.
I
That
can
was
imagine.
Can't
probably-
imagine. What's
Yeah.
that like getting that phone call?
Dude, it was well, how
Or
it
how does that
happened-
work?
So when the draft comes, you're usually in the playoffs, like a super regional or something.
Mm-hmm.
We were really good, so we were still in the playoffs, and me and a couple buddies, like we were just sitting around the room, and there's a couple juniors and seniors, all the kind of just the team oriented vibe. That's how we were. We would
Right.
always hang around like draft day. Oh, dude, you just got picked up or something. Like
That's
high five
amazing.
the guy.
Yeah.
See his
Amazing.
name pop up on the screen, and then you get a call, whatever. But yeah, I was actually infuriated with the process because my name wasn't getting called. So I was like, what's going on here? It's like, I'm thinking, I don't know. I had a feeling I was going to get drafted where I had a round in my head, and I kind of set that bar, I guess, high. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that.
Sure.
Absolutely.
And when that number kind of kept going, like 10 round, 11 round, 12 round, I was like, man, I'm done with this. I told my buddies I was just going to go and take a drive, and if something happened. And sure enough, my phone rang. It was my dad. He goes, Ty, guess what? I'm like, what? And I could anticipate him, what he was going to say. It was the culmination of my whole life.
yeah.
Yeah.
Baseball, man. It was like my life. And when my dad goes, you just got drafted by Tampa Bay. I was like, holy cow, no way. And he let me, he said, I'll call me back. He's like, I know you're going to get calls. I'm like, all right. So driving in my car, and I just kind of just black out, I guess, so to say. But it was
Yeah.
just like my dream came true. I was like, whoa, holy. And then sure enough, the guy calls me. He says, you're going to get shipped off to Hudson Valley, New York within the next like 5 days. So it's like a very fast process. They have a short season. Back to what I was saying, there's like minor league affiliates, the captains, for example,
Mm-hmm.
A-ball. This was rookie ball. Rookie ball, they usually send guys to like right out of college or like a pretty good prospect that they think can handle that league. It's a younger league, maybe like anywhere from like 17 to 20, 21-year-old kids right out of college, or like I said, a really good prospect. And Tampa Bay was the first team to draft me, and that was probably the best thing to ever happen. One of the best run organizations in baseball.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, for what they got, they're in the Trop. I'm not sure if you guys been down to Florida or St. Petersburg.
I have, yeah.
Yeah.
Really cool spot.
Yeah.
A lot of cool beaches, but it's really hard to get to. So their fan base is all basically Yankees fans fill their stadium, Boston Red Sox
Yeah.
fill their
Really?
stadium. So they're working with basically very small payroll, but they get the best out of the way they draft. There's a reason they drafted me, and the way they go about getting their guys and getting them to do things how they can manipulate their lineup. Like now they're pretty much going to have to go DH now, which is in both leagues, but the way they do double switches and National League stuff, American League stuff, it's really cool how they develop their players.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was gonna say, man, when you're talking about that, the call. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, I'm like,
Can't
dude,
imagine.
goosebumps over here.
I'm reliving it as I speak it, but it's actually very. I'm glad I'm doing this because, there's baseball has been a joy in my life that I've been so thankful for and very blessed. It's something that I've always done, and not a lot of people know this though, but it's caused me, some serious, not serious, but like, you're always comparing in baseball. You're like, how do I get to the next level? How do I do this? How do I do that? And that's how it was my first couple of years. It was, baseball, 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 baseball. I was very fortunate. I played all the time. I was considered a prospect, and I was all that. And it was like I could not get enough baseball. It was like 140 games a year, 150. So think about it. You're playing every day.
Yeah.
You get to wake up and play baseball. And this is like, oh my gosh, dude. Give me more, give me more.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
But anyways, Tampa was my first organization. I spent the first 2009, 2010, 11, and 12 with Tampa Bay. So I went rookie ball, then I went to single A. Single A was pretty cool because we were in the captain's same league. It was called the Midwest League. I think it's still the Midwest League. But we were with our team was called the Bowling Green Hot Rods. Really cool field in Western Kentucky where it's like a university school or area.
Yeah.
Western Kentucky. I think they're called the Hilltoppers.
Okay.
But A-ball was in Bowling Green. Then the next year was Port Charlotte, Florida. Really cool, super cool spot. Rains every day, but that was probably my coolest setup that year. I actually set a record for hit by pitches that season, and I was gonna say I led the league in stolen bases. It was
really?
43 for 47. So I was like, this was the
awesome.
year I was like, I'm doing it.
Yeah.
Like this next year, I'm going to get to go to big league spring training, all this cool stuff. Like I'm going to play in front. Joe Madden was the coach at the time.
Yeah.
Really, really cool guy. Very cerebral. He could the way he talked to the group, it was, oh man, it was, he just had your attention. Like everything he said seemed like it made perfect sense. And that's why those guys were so successful, a lot because of Joe Madden and his staff.
Yeah.
But
That's
I got a
pretty
cool,
amazing, man.
cool story about Joe Madden if we get to it. But
Hey, you could.
Yeah.
actually, really, really crazy story. Manny Ramirez is in the story too. But his last year he played professional baseball was in Tampa Bay.
Yeah,
he was
I
on
remember
the
that.
downside of his career. He got busted for steroids. He ended up getting busted again, first month of the
That's
year.
when he retired. Yeah.
But all right, I'll tell the
Yeah.
story.
Do it.
Yeah.
Get right into it. Get right
So
into it.
so I'm like, hold on, let me take another.
Do it,
swig.
man.
It's kind of hard to drink and talk at the same
Hey,
time.
take your time, man.
Yeah. We got all night.
Nowhere to be.
Do you guys edit this now, or like do you guys just let it run through the
we
whole
just
thing?
let it run
Run it through, man.
Okay,
You're good.
cool.
You do what you got to do.
Yeah, no, I'm
We like it.
first timer here, so this
Hey,
is
You're good.
You're
cool.
killing it.
You're good, man. It's good stuff.
So, anyways, coming off that year in Port Charlotte, we're called the Port Charlotte Stone Crabs. I think I did make an all-star team. I led the league in like hit by pitches, on base percentage, all this stuff. It was a crazy year. I was like, no way. When the season was over, I was so thankful. When I reflected back, I'm like, wow, they noticed. They have to notice. There's no way they can't see me. So, anyways, the next spring training rolls around. I don't get to go to big league camp. It's okay. I was a little salty, but whatever. Because sometimes they'll pull guys from minor league camp to big league camp. They actually do it a lot. They'll say, hey, we need so for minor league camp. You guys are going to big league camp today.
Yeah.
Because, the guys in big league camp, they're playing 4 innings, 5 innings,
Right.
calling it a day, in the
Right.
shower, getting their lift in, whatever.
Yep.
Most of them go to the gym. I will say that. But yeah, that's when we come in. Hey, minor league guy, you're gonna go in. That's not how it is, but
Right.
you don't just get called over there because you're some Joe Schmo. It's because there's 150 guys in minor league camp. They're picking those guys for a reason. So I was fortunate enough to go over a couple of times, and one of the games was against the Red Sox. So this was in a minor league game. Papelbon is starting the game. He's getting his work in. He's a closer.
Right.
And then I think another guy came in too. I can't remember the name off the top of my head. But anyways, I'm battling Papelbon. Here we are, face to face. And, it's like he throws me a hammer curveball. And my 2-strike approach was impeccable back in the day. I would. That's why I got hit by so many pitches, because I teach up, up, and up. Like on the chalk, up in the box, whatever it takes. I don't care if you're getting hit.
Right.
That's a win.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So
You're getting on
anyways, my 2-strike approach, I'm just going to see it deep. If I foul it off, it's a fastball, whatever. If it's a curveball, I'll be more on time, because hitting's hard. You got to, this is my way of, this is the only way I knew how to succeed. But grind, battle, whatever it took. And he gets me to 2 strikes, and I just whack a double down the right field line. I'm like, frick yes, dude, this is the coolest thing ever. Someone's gonna hear about this on the big league side. That was all I was thinking about. I was like, who's gonna know? Who's gonna see me did this?
Right.
So anyways, 22 whatever year old me, you know, on Facebook, you know, it's just coming out, and you know, I get on there all giddy. I'm like, okay, everybody, faced Jonathan Papelbon today in the minor league game. He hung a 70 poo slider, and I said like whammy with like 5 or 6 Y's with exclamation points, whatever, you name it.
Yeah.
Not think send. So, you know, once it goes out there, it's out there. It's for people to see.
Out there, yeah.
You know, I got friends out there that probably saw that, and sure enough, I had a teammate that was a friend on Facebook with me. So after this sip, we'll continue.
Oh man,
Get it going.
It gets good.
It gets patient. It's killing me.
This bourbon's really good.
yeah, it is good.
Really good.
Thanks for having me on here, guys. I'm enjoying my time.
Hey, grab
Good,
another,
you should.
Grab another swig of that real quick.
This is what it's all about, just getting together and having a good time.
Man.
Awesomeness happens here.
That's right.
That's what it's all about, man.
So, anyways, minor league camp. We go to the finish the game, do your thing, wake up the next morning 5:30, get to the ball yard around 6 or so, 7, and there is walk in there. It's just white pieces of paper plastered on every single locker. So I'm trying to give you guys an idea of what a locker. It's like a square, right?
Yeah.
And it's just like a hall and then another square, and it's just like maybe 2 or 3 rooms of that. Just think about like 150 kids bunched up in a room, you know, all chasing the same dream. And I just see pieces of paper everywhere. I'm like, what the frick is this? I'm like, is this for real? In the back of my head, I'm thinking the worst.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm like, what? I get up there and I read it. It's my Facebook post. I'm like, you gotta be. I start ripping them down. I'm like, who the? I go to my one buddy. I won't mention his name. I'm like, I know you're my friend on Facebook. Who'd you give this information to? He's like, hey man, I didn't post it. I was like, you're right. Whatever. Anyways, I gotta wear it. I gotta bite the bullet here. I'm just like, I'll own up to it. Whatever. Hey, what's the worst? So guys are teasing me, whatever. We go out to stretch or, whatever our routine was for that day. Usually it starts with stretching, which is kind of weird. We should do like an active warm. It was kind of like, I never really liked the stretching and how they did it in spring training. It was all bogus. It's like, seriously, man, they had us on our feet all freaking day.
Yeah.
Like slaves. I mean, now that I'm not playing, I could say that, but man, they don't pay. Here's another thing. They don't pay you in spring training.
Yeah.
They don't pay. They don't put. If you're in big league camp, they'll give you like a stipend.
Yeah.
But minor league camp, you get like what's it called? Like where you get like soap and stuff.
Oh. Like a commissary.
They'll give you commissary, and they'll give you like $25 or I don't know, $100 a week. But think about Scottsdale, or Florida.
Yeah.
That's gonna last you what, maybe 2 days, and then you gotta pay clubby dues, all that stuff. Clubbies are great, by the way. I have nothing against clubbies. Clubbies are a very selfless job, and they gotta do some stuff. But I met some really cool clubbies in the day.
All right. So you got called out for your Facebook post.
Si, senor. And then word obviously got around to the whole org. Joe, you name it, they all knew. And then a guy named Jimmy Hoff, rest in peace, he passed away. He was our coordinator. He's minor league coordinator. He's field coordinator. He tells you, okay, you guys go to field 5. You guys go to field 4. Okay, these 2 groups are bunting. These 2 groups are shagging. These 2 groups are BP. You name it. He goes, okay. And then this is where he would tell guys whether they're going to big league side or not. He goes, okay, everybody listen up. He goes, we got some guys going over to big league camp today. He's like, yada, yada, yada. He goes, oh, and lastly, Mr. Bortnick. Like in that kind of tone. I was like, he's like, the big league team wants to speak to you specifically over there. I was like, oh, okay. I have a feeling what this is about, but we'll see. So I was all pumped. You go over to minor league camp. I think they give you $50. Mm-hmm. That's like one of the incentives or perks. Like, oh yeah, got $50.
Yeah,
hell yeah. And then you got millionaires over there just making money.
You get dinner tonight.
Big league spread's pretty nice too. I can only imagine. So you got like minor league side spread, and you got big league side spread, dude. Night and day. It's like for it's just it's a huge difference.
Yeah, I bet.
It's little league versus big league.
Yeah.
So anyways, go over there, changing. You can, the rule was if you get called over to big league side, you could wear your pants down. That was one of the perks. Rays were pretty strict. They're like, we want your pants up, all this stuff. I was like, okay. So I went pants down over there and we get in the group, David Price is there. Joe Madden, Ben Zobrist, Jim Hickey, you name it. There was freaking studs on that team, and they were really good. The Rays had a lot of success when I was in the minor leagues, of course, but at the end of the meeting, Joe Madden, he's giving his little spiel, getting his guys like he's the plan for the day.
Right.
And at the end, he goes, okay, now for our main event, he goes, Mr. Bortnick, are you in attendance today? Like, he didn't know I was there. I was, peeking from the back. And all the guys are like, just pat me on the back. I'm like, he's like, front and center. He goes, so apparently word got around that you had a little experience with Mr. Papelbon. He goes, he happens to be in our division. He goes, can you give us a scouting report on what you saw? So me being, like sticking my chest out, I'm like,
Oh yeah, of course.
I'm like, hey man, he was throwing 90 poo, but when you leave one up in that like that in the zone, it's got to get whacked. And they're like, oh, get him! I was like, oh shit. So anyways, the Facebook post, the end of it. You remember what I wrote?
Yeah.
Whammy.
Yeah.
With like 5, 6 Y's.
Yeah.
So Manny, I shit you not, Manny's on the team too, right? So this is his last year before he's done in Bay. He actually plays a couple more years after that in like Korea and China.
Yeah, that's right.
But he goes out to right field behind the wall. He comes back with a jersey, and it's number 99. He turns it around. He goes, whammy, this is for you, buddy. I'm like,
no way.
and this other dude started like, they had me on a chair, shining my shoes. And I got this whammy jersey. I'm like, this is kind of cool.
Yeah.
I'm going to embrace this, right?
Yeah.
That's Manny freaking. I watched this dude.
Yeah.
And
Forever.
dominate.
Yeah.
And he's
Best right-handed hitter.
Best swing. Yeah.
I love that guy.
If you guys got thoughts on Man, he's one of the best pure. If I was going to emulate a swing, it would be Manny.
Yeah.
That was the best.
Yeah.
Man.
If you're teaching your kid, show him Manny video.
Yeah.
Let's say, hey, son, do with that. It's hard to do, obviously,
right.
but
man,
It was
his
amazing.
mechanics
swing.
are perfect.
Yeah.
So anyways, they're like, okay, put your jersey on. I'm like, what do you mean put my jersey on? It says whammy. They're like, no, you're wearing it to Bradenton. We were playing the Pirates. So I'm like, David Price is like, you better wear that to Bradenton now. Because he could see I was like, screw this.
Yeah.
So pack it in my thing and we go on the bus. You wear like your undershirt or you don't wear your jersey on the bus, but you take the bus. So it's like 30-minute drive. So we're pulling in there and I got my bag. I take it from the bottom of the bus. And sure enough, the second we get in there, someone's like, hey, whammy, did you bring the jersey? You better wear it. I'm like, yeah, I brought it. You really want me to wear it? They're like, yes, we want you to wear that. That's why we got it for you, whammy. They kept calling me whammy, whammy, whammy. I was like, what did I do? Stupid send Facebook. Stupid. Anyways, go to the game, warm up, all the crap. I know I'm not playing till like the 7th or 8th, even if I do get in the game.
Right.
You don't know who's going to be calling it today in the 4th inning. So anyways, I think it was Zobrist. He was playing short. He calls it a day in like the 6th. Coach looks over at me. He goes, whammy, I'm wearing my jersey. I shit you not. He goes, you're in the game. I'm like, oh, this is going to be so humiliating. Whammy on my back. I swear, it's like WHAMMYYYHHHYYYYY 99. And it says Rays on the front. I'm like, oh, let's do this, whatever.
Yeah.
Sure enough, I get up there. I think it was like the 8th inning. So like when I went in, the batter that Zobrist came out.
Yeah, he took his last
I went in for
AB.
Zobrist, so
Yeah.
I was hitting 9th. And I think it was like the 8th inning I got up. And word must have got to the Mr. guy in the press box because he goes, now batting, number 99. True story. He goes, whammy Bortnick. I'm like, I hear little kids going, whammy, whammy. They think it's like the funniest thing in the world. So I'm like, oh,
this is
shit.
amazing.
But
That's awesome.
that's my probably one of the coolest stories
That's
I have
awesome.
from minor league baseball. But
Just hearing those names too.
Yeah.
dude,
Price, Zobrist, Manny.
should be
Madden.
Bordy.
Should be whammy.
40.
I'll call you Whammy from now on.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, I know what
That's
the title
cool.
of this
You know what's
episode
I had
is.
many.
Oh, it's definitely Whammy.
I had many nicknames in the minor
And
leagues.
you know
So
what?
wait.
And a lot of people make a lot of mistakes with their social media. That one's
Yeah.
not bad.
That actually probably, I mean,
That's badass.
it was maybe a little like,
It was a really cool mistake.
yeah,
Hell
it's a
yeah,
cool
it was,
mistake,
man.
and it probably got you a little bit more attention.
Well, I'm going to say something before, because I know you have something down by your feet there.
Oh yeah. After we pour this.
Okay. Yeah, let's pour it a little bit.
This will be
So,
cool.
well, I was
forgot
gonna
about
say,
that,
do you
Steve.
still have the jersey?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I have it on
that's
my.
Yeah, how many jerseys do you have?
Huh.
Okay, can you make like a
Dude, you know what my collection of clothes is?
Can only
Like
imagine.
comfy, Nike, New Balance, just the coolest gear ever. That's
Yeah,
what it is.
that's-
It's all
yeah.
big
I
league
can
gear. It's all.
imagine the stuff that you got. Like
It's
That's
cool.
awesome.
I have it
that's
all.
like oh man,
I got like.
you gotta put like every one of those jerseys in one of those like shadow boxes, like those big ass, make a whole basement filled with jerseys.
Right?
That's
I
what
could
I would do if I were
dude,
you.
man cave, all baseball.
Hell
it's gonna
yeah.
be
Yeah.
bourbon and baseball.
That's
That's what I
it.
say about like
Nah,
these
maybe not
NFL
bourbon,
players that
but-
do that. They go out there and they switch jerseys with each other.
Oh yeah.
I would do that 100%. I would do
Oh
it.
yeah.
Can you imagine what you're like?
I think
your
that's kind of a
man cave?
newer thing.
It is, I think. I mean, it's kind of annoying at some point. It's like, oh, these guys are all buddy.
Yeah.
know
Yeah,
what I mean?
right. Because
You know what I mean?
like,
Like,
it's
'cause, you
like
know,
like there's no competition
they're-
really.
They're all buddies now. Like I remember,
Yeah.
like back in the day, it was like, here we go, get off my lawn, guy over here. But
Baseball's a little bit different though, like because I feel like
I don't think they do that kind of shit, right? I mean,
right.
What are you talking about?
But they
I-
Like, it's
should
like,
almost.
like the NFL and like NBA, they're all buddy, and it's
Oh,
like
yeah.
like switching jerseys and things like that. It's like,
But like in
what happened to that like rivalry like that? Like
Yeah.
I hate my opponent. Like
right.
you know what I mean? I don't think that was okay. Well, another example. I don't think the Cavs and the Warriors were like that though. I don't think they were
No,
like buddy,
that was-
buddy.
that was
They
made
hated
up.
each other.
That was made
Yeah,
up.
there was real competition there. I mean, like there was like a rivalry. I think.
Yeah, but look where the two franchises are now.
I know,
It was
it's
all
insane.
LeBron. It was LeBron versus the Warriors. It wasn't the
Yeah.
Cavs.
It wasn't the
Right.
Cavs.
Now
at
it's
all.
going to be Lakers, aka LeBron versus the
Right,
Warriors.
right.
Well, LeBron better enjoy this year because I feel like next year, when they get their team back together,
Who?
the
The
Warriors.
Warriors.
Oh
They
yeah,
have
because
no
all
one.
Because
first
now
round pick.
they just picked up Wiggins
they
now.
get
Yeah.
Wiggins, and now they're going to be, then they're going to get a top,
Yeah.
at least
The
five.
top 5 pick.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. So they'll probably get themselves a center,
Yeah.
and they're going to be solid. Again.
Yeah.
But whatever, let's get away from
Yeah.
that. I hate the Warriors.
I know.
Talk about it.
Forget that.
We got Drummond though, so that's cool, I guess.
What is he like? Is he 7-footer? Is anyone?
Drummond?
Drummond, he's like
I heard him on.
Beast, man. He was-
6'10", I think.
You mean
I
he's
haven't
a,
heard anything about him.
I've heard the
and
name, but does
The
he
only time that
dominate?
the only time I ever remember him being really good is when they played us in the playoffs,
Yeah.
like 4
Like,
years ago.
Yeah.
Oh, he's been in the league
So,
that
like-
long? I thought he was like a newer guy.
He's like
young,
26,
young.
but he's been in the league for like 7 years,
But
I think.
that Pistons team was good.
Yeah.
How would you like to have a $28 million player option?
Yeah, right?
Yeah,
Dude.
I'll pick that up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess I'll just grab that at the end of the season.
Yeah, whatever. I guess we'll
Whatever.
just take it.
They had an interview with Durant. He said, "Oh man, it was such a pain in the ass when I was playing with the Warriors. Everybody's like asking me in like January, like, hey man, where you going? Where you going next? Like, he's acting like he was like, oh poor me.
Yeah,
I'm like,
right.
okay, dude, okay,
Yeah.
yeah, tough.
I feel
tough
terrible for
life,
you.
Dude.
Do you
Yeah.
follow the NBA, Steve?
Not anymore.
Me neither. I was gonna
Yeah.
say if the he's on
Here's the thing.
he's on Brooklyn now, right?
Yeah.
yeah, he's
Are
out
they
for
even-
the season.
Oh, okay, I was
Yeah.
gonna say
Dude, what would?
if they were in like the playoffs.
I
Did he
He
have
love
a
tore his
chance to come?
Achilles, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I loved Kyrie, but he was a freaking head case. Like he was
Yeah.
like weird, man. Especially towards the end of his career in Cleveland.
Yeah.
He's a weird dude, man.
Yeah.
He had a lot of issues.
Flat Earther.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
enough
Yeah, you guys
said.
heard about the Flat Earth?
Yeah. Oh,
Oh.
yeah. It was a big deal here.
Yes, we're on
yeah.
the
Yeah.
podcast.
Yeah. No,
No,
not
no,
on the
no, no, it's in
podcast, but in
Cleveland.
Cleveland when that first
Really?
when he first went to
Oh.
Boston.
When I first
And,
heard that, I thought that was the most weird statement ever.
I just want to know what. Okay, if it's flat, what's at the end? Does water just falling off?
I guess.
I think people have said there's like ice walls. Like what is this? Like Game of Thrones?
I don't want to get into that.
No, let's get into it.
I don't want to say something stupid because I got my theories too, but
Let's hear your theory.
nah, I don't, think it's there. I don't want to piss anybody off.
No one's gonna get pissed. No, go ahead, E. I was,
Anyways, Steve, I think you were referring
yeah.
to what I had under
yeah,
the
because I
table
know you
here.
brought a
Pretty
bag.
interested
Yeah,
in
I
the
did.
A
bag.
bag. I don't know what's going on down there.
Okay, so let me
It's like
give
an
you a little-
autographed picture of you that I could have
Yeah.
and hang in my
I hope
wall.
it
I can
is.
see it right now, man cave.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I got it. Anyways, so a little background to what I'm about to show you guys. So currently, I started my own business recently. It's like a
Okay.
hauling junk removal company, and I come across some really cool stuff. Like people ask me to just kind of declutter their space,
Mm-hmm.
and they're just like, whatever's in there, go ahead, whatever. So I was at a place recently, and I came across a really, really cool item, and I was like, what am I knew I wanted to keep it, and I was like, I didn't know what I wanted to do with it. I didn't know, did it need a new home? Did I need to take this in? But recently, with doing the Talking Dads, knowing the whole schedule, I was like, I got the perfect spot for it. I already know it. It's like it's match made in heaven. Now between you two who gets to have it, it's up to you guys. But I thought of you guys when I saw this and I first picked it up. I was like, yeah, that's it. That's going to them. Yeah, I don't need it.
All right. I'm excited.
So now I will say this came out of a dusty, dirty little basement. So. Pardon, you can do what you want with it. It'll be yours to do what you want. You can clean it up. But I thought it was one of the coolest things ever. So we'll do the
super excited right
got
now.
a little bag here. Yeah. So does it come here? Let's see where we're at in the camera. Okay, we can see it.
Yeah, good. You're right. You're front and center, dude. You're good to
What's
go.
up?
It's you. You're the spotlight.
So I got you guys books, man. I got you 2 encyclopedia
look
books.
at that. History of the world.
So History of the World, and we got the
For the home library.
Yeah, so that's
Volume
what I got.
2
That's
and
what I was
3.
for the viewers. That's what I was thinking about when I picked this item up. That these guys love reading.
Yeah,
So-
clearly we're very learned readers.
Well, I figure like
Very well versed in the.
figure you could pass it on to your kids
Yeah,
one day with
yeah.
the history of the world.
Yeah, very cool.
Look at this.
But as you can
Volume
see,
2.
there's
Yeah,
a
right.
little crease
what's
in
going
here.
on?
Okay,
Yeah.
so remember, this came from a dusty,
Yeah.
dirty little basement.
Okay.
Okay. Now, when I picked this up, I was like, "What the frick is this?" Now,
Here we go. The big
boom,
reveal.
dude,
Whoa.
decanter set.
That is super cool.
Look.
Yeah, that's gonna go in the man cave,
Dude,
Yeah.
that's what I was thinking. It's got your scotch. Here.
Oh, look at this, man.
It's got a
That's
little
sweet.
gin, whatever you pour in there, you can clean it out, whatever. And then I think this one is the this one's the bourbon. Yeah, bourbon. And then you got rye. I don't know what you guys. It's a little dirty, but
That's very cool.
I'll pass it
Pretty
around for you.
awesome, man. That's like
Right?
That's
Dude.
really cool.
That's what I'm saying.
That's really cool.
It's all
Got a
Some
little shot glass.
shot glass, and it's a complete set too. That's what's pretty
And that's
sweet.
cool because
I
when
would
you find something like
recommend-
that, you don't know what you're gonna get. Like it's gonna be a half set, like something's gonna be missing from
Right.
it, and then
I would recommend giving that to like your wife. She's probably better at cleaning stuff like that.
Yeah,
Maybe put these
yeah.
in the dishwasher. I don't know.
just
But-
run some hot water through it, a little bit of
Yeah,
soap.
just soak them a little
Yeah,
bit.
just give them the old wash.
Dude,
Like we do
that's
with these,
super
It can just be a
cool.
display. You don't even have to
Yeah,
use it.
right.
You know,
Just
just like have it.
throw that in your bar.
Yeah,
That's phenomenal. Next to the Blanton's collection there.
yeah.
Yeah, I was like debating. I was like, do I bring a bottle of bourbon? They got like 150 bottles of bourbon already.
Dude, you got.
And I was like
this
so
is something
fortunate. I
different.
This
was
is
like,
super
this is
cool.
perfect. This is perfect for you guys.
Yeah,
That's
this is
awesome,
awesome.
man.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely,
Tyler.
man.
That's really
awesome,
cool.
man.
Yeah. No, thanks for
Pass
having me
that
on the
over to
show.
Stevie. Let him
That's
see
what it's
that.
all
Yeah,
about,
let me get
guys.
this guy. Let me see this.
That's what it's all about.
Hell yeah. All right, Tyler. So let's ask you this question.
Oh yeah,
So
ask
you're-
him.
I'm gonna ask. So
See.
you're a new father.
Dad related?
Yeah.
Let's get back to the dad stuff.
Yeah.
Stuff here. Look at this little hinge here.
Yeah, so it's actually one hinge. There's not a hinge
Yeah.
missing either. I looked it up. That one hinge is the only one there.
These little shot glasses.
That's pretty awesome, dude.
This is awesome. Thank you. So, as a new father, you're a month in. How's your sleep going?
Honestly, better than ever.
Oh,
Because
yeah?
you guys ever heard of a little thing called white noise?
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
Dude,
yeah.
sleep like a baby.
literally.
I swear. Well, there's a couple factors involving my sleep because I will say sleep is a very sensitive subject, and if you're not getting proper sleep, you're not doing life right.
Right.
Because you're
Sleep is
not
important, man.
optimal. No, your body is a machine. Your sleep is just probably the most important thing that you're not. Hopefully, you guys are getting sleep. I'm getting
I'm
great.
doing-
I'm
I'm
very
doing-
fortunate to get great sleep.
I'm doing good in sleep.
Yeah.
Doing pretty good. I mean, most of it's self-inflicted. I stay up a little bit later than I should. Wake up a lot.
I
Wake
don't
up
sleep
really
very
early.
well.
I was gonna say you're running the thing over there.
Yeah, I don't sleep all that much.
How can we fix that? Is there a solution?
Go to bed earlier.
Yeah, go to bed earlier.
Stop watching TV. Stop.
I don't really watch a whole lot of TV.
What are you doing? You working?
A lot of times I'm working. Sometimes I'm playing video games.
Phone.
Yeah.
So I noticed you
Social
guys were
media.
doing the challenge on
Yeah.
Suburban Dad,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm actually following that closely. I'm actually very
at
much
this guy.
into.
Uh oh.
Yes, I'm like the keyboard guy.
Gotta
I'll like
get
a
back
comment
on it
every
now.
once in a
Yeah,
while.
yeah.
What's the other guy's name? He posted the kettlebell thing.
Oh, Anthony.
Anthony Z, right?
Yep.
You're- Dude, good
Guy's a beast.
flexibility. Yeah.
Yeah, guy's a machine.
Good flexibility on your
Yeah.
kettlebell, whatever this movement is. I was like, that's impressive.
Yeah,
He's
he's
doing his
a,
handstands and shit. Like the guy's like,
He's got how many
Makes me look
kids?
bad.
he's got
Two?
3.
3? He's
Yeah.
doing that?
Yeah,
Props.
and his new one's like 5 months old, 6 months old,
I don't even.
right?
I don't,
No, maybe he's
no,
like
he's
a year.
Yeah. He's
I
little.
don't know.
He's little. I could keep.
forget.
There's a lot of friends with a lot. There's a lot of kids
Yeah,
around.
yeah.
It's hard to keep track of.
No, Anthony's a good dude though.
He's a good guy, and he's
we met him through the podcast. Like,
Really?
didn't know
He was
him
one of our
before.
first
Suburban or this one?
This podcast, and then we went on his podcast.
So
He's got
our first episode, our first recording ever in the collab was with him actually.
Oh yeah, it was, but it was on his podcast.
It was on his podcast.
Yeah.
And so we weren't even doing our own podcast.
Yeah.
We were
That's
in
what I'm
the,
gonna do.
we
Make
were in
the
kitchen
adjustments.
over
There you
there.
go. Make the adjustment.
It's called making the adjustment.
look at this
MTA.
guy. This guy
at
is
you.
So we did in baseball. Make the
beast.
adjustment.
I like it.
so
Getting more comfortable, as you can see.
Good.
Hey, that's what, dude.
So you're wait. So explain this like
this amazing
good sleep,
better than ever. Sleep
better
is-
than ever.
Okay, well, like I said, I'm very fortunate to get sleep, right? Not everybody. I'm very fortunate to do the job that I have that allows me to get the sleep that I get. But it also factors into working out, your routine, what you're eating. All that stuff factors into how you sleep.
Sure.
This is probably going to affect my sleep tonight.
Yeah.
So I'm okay with that. You know, I prepared for it. I was ready to, like I said, you guys are doing the workout thing. I hope you guys got your workout in today. If you didn't,
I did.
look yourself in the mirror and say, why didn't I get this workout in today?
I know exactly why I didn't,
You didn't get yours in today?
Steven,
bro.
what was the factor that held you back? Was there a factor?
Should I come up with an excuse? I just,
I didn't want to say excuse there. I said
No, it's a
factor.
factor. The factor was my alarm went off and I rolled over and my son had climbed in my bed around 4 o'clock. He was looking for a stuffed animal, and I woke up.
For
and I was like, 4A.
Ooh.
I usually get up at 5. To
Okay.
go to the gym. And he came in and he's like, I can't find my stuffed animal. I'm like, I know exactly where it's at. It's in my car. So I had to get up, went out to my car, it's snowing, and I'm like,
So then you were awake.
then I was awake.
So he's got like his
And then-
one stuffed animal that
No,
like he needs
so I
to.
got it at the arcade yesterday. I have an arcade problem here.
That's cool. We'll get,
I've been
I love
winning
the
a lot.
arcade.
that's really
arcade.
cool. Is it the claw?
A little bit of that.
Did you get it from the claw?
A little more of the dozer machines,
tickets,
like the
yeah.
thing pushing the coins off.
Oh yeah,
It's an
yeah. I know.
addiction.
Okay, addiction.
I'm a degenerate when it comes to
You
that.
really are. You really have gotten to be a degenerate on that thing, huh?
Well, the problem is we go there on Wednesday nights, like to go. So here's the background on this.
Yeah.
Every Wednesday since I was really little, we've gone to my grandparents' house. My brothers and
I
I
think
and
I've
my
met
dad.
your grandparents before,
I'm
Steve.
sure you have. My
think
grandpa was at every baseball game.
Do you have an Asian
My
background?
my grandma is Japanese.
Okay, that's right. I remember that.
She's 98.
Wow.
Grandma Sue.
You got
Grandma
good
Sue.
genes.
I hope I get
Oh, yeah.
hers, man, because she's amazing.
You look like you're 22, Steve.
Oh, thanks, man.
No
You
big deal.
seriously haven't
He
aged
does,
since
I
high
know.
school. I haven't seen you probably since high school, and
You
you look
see
the
it
same.
in this region here.
Eh,
But
your wife loves you.
she does, and that's all that matters. I think she does. But every Wednesday we get together with my brothers and my dad, and we get the kids together. My brothers both have 2 kids each, and
What was your brother's names again?
Chris and Mike.
That's right.
It's my older brothers, and so we get together every Wednesday. And so in the wintertime, we've been trying to keep my grandma away from the kids a little bit. Not keep them away, but just so we
Yeah.
worry about her health. In the last year, she got pneumonia like 4 times. So this winter we're trying to. So like on Wednesdays we don't go over there. So we've been meeting up at like the Roll House, which is in Menor.
Oh, yeah.
Roll House. They have a good arcade there.
Huge. It's loud as
Yeah.
hell in there.
Yeah.
When you
Fun,
walk
man.
in, you're like, what?
But the kids love it, man. They
Oh,
have the
yeah,
arcade
that's a
in there.
kid
It's just- and
magnet.
and it's nice, and they just run around. But anyway, I've been playing this stupid game.
I can't
I
stop.
can't stop.
Has it got a name so I can go in there and dominate it?
It's like a Wizard of Oz, like you know those little dozer machines, like they push the coins.
Yeah.
So you get your card and you scan it, and you got like 200 coins that you could push out. It's like rapid fire with that thing, man. And you get. As of Wednesday, I had 15,000 tickets.
Are you saving them?
No, I got 2 Nerf guns the other day, 2 stuffed animals, and a bunch of candy. I'm like the Dan Blitzerian of the arcade. So my brothers are addicted too. So I'm like, my niece like walks over. She's like, "Oh, I really like that makeup thing up there." I'm like, "What is that? 1,500 tickets? Whatever.
That's
Take my
it?
card."
Your brothers have kids too?
Yeah, they both have girls.
So how are they the same age?
So Mila is the oldest. She's 9. Mary and Penelope are
What a name. What names? Those are cool.
good names. I love them. Mila's my goddaughter. She's the oldest, and then so is Mary and Penelope. They're around Sam's age. They're 3, and then Stella is the youngest of the family. She'll be 1 soon. That's my other goddaughter. I have 3 goddaughters.
Yeah.
I don't even need to have any more kids because I have 3
Because
goddaughters.
you're
Yeah,
the
see,
favorite
you're
uncle.
good.
That's why.
But yeah, I'm like.
By the way,
balling
Sloan, earlier today, Sloan goes, we were talking about, Gibbs was telling about his best friend at school or whatever, and Sloan goes, Uncle Steve's my best friend.
That's my girl. Love Sloan.
Your kids hang out a lot. I'm
Yeah.
So we get together a lot.
Dude, that's so cool. That's what I want, man. I want kids to hang out. I want
we were very.
You guys have a
fortunate
really
that,
good group of friends, I will say.
We
Yeah.
do.
I'm
man.
envious of that.
and
You guys have always stuck together like it's nothing.
I mean, you know us a long time.
Oh yeah, and I've
you
kept
know-
up with you guys on I know I've been away for a while and stuff, but I've always
And
kept
we
up and
with you,
seen
man.
pictures.
It's always awesome to see your highlight videos.
Yeah.
That was
cool.
always really cool to see because to see somebody who actually did it.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
100%.
I don't know who I saw one of your something pop up the other day.
Was it a tater on the tracks?
Yeah, it was.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah. I watched that a bunch the other day. And I was
Dude.
like, that's so badass. Like what? Just
Couldn't tell you how many times I've analyzed swings.
dude, it's pretty cool to see that. And
That's very cool. Your story because you have those brothers with your kids, and you should feel very fortunate and grateful for that
Absolutely,
because
man.
not
It's-
everyone's got
Dude,
kids.
that's why we
running
started
around.
this podcast, though, is because we, when our first kids were born, they're 6 months apart?
yeah,
And we would just get together and talk about it, and we would get our kids together, and when in the
Was this,
early
in
stages,
in the basement. Is this where the early stages
they'd
start?
come over, we'd go over there,
Yeah,
and
kids are upstairs playing. Sure,
kids aren't really doing anything at that point,
Yeah.
right? But we were still making sure that we all got together,
Yeah,
and then they
yeah.
started playing
6
more
months.
and all that kind of stuff, and we were like, dude, this is awesome.
it's really
Not every dad gets
So you
to
realized
do that.
it was
we
awesome.
Did.
it was.
And so then a year into having kids, we started talking about this,
Yeah,
and then we started messing around recording stuff that we never put out.
We had a lot of ideas.
Yeah.
And
we finally just did it, man, and that was
Good.
one of our big
and I'll give props to
That is a big step
Marky
to
Fresh
actually-
Studios. They when we started the podcast almost a year ago.
There's Sanjay.
And there he is.
Sanjay, your place is sweet. He said he's gonna watch this. So
Oh yeah, of course he is. But yeah, and then once the studio opened, we just started. We're like, we're doing this.
Yeah, let's just do it.
Let's just do it. Let's see how it goes. And we it's been a year almost.
Yeah, next week is a year.
A year.
So did you guys start with YouTube? Is that how the original?
yeah.
Yeah, we
Is
didn't
that-
start,
is
we,
that
just- we started with YouTube,
Yep.
Facebook, and then eventually we got into the podcast world.
Yeah. on iTunes.
Is there a point where there's no return with podcasts, or is there can you guys turn it off and on whenever you want? Or
No,
is
you
there- is
could
there
turn
a-
it off and on. So the one thing that happens though, if we turn it
Sure,
off,
it's all on content. You got to create content.
if we turn it off, then all the old stuff goes away.
Oh, really?
So as long as you keep paying, the content still stays on there for forever. You know what I mean?
Well,
so
you-
it could be a year, 5 years, 10 years
Okay.
of content that'll stay on there as long as you're
Is
still
YouTube?
paying.
Can I ask you this? Is
Yeah.
YouTube free?
Yeah, YouTube's free.
So Joe Rogan does that podcast on YouTube, right?
Yeah, but he's also on you can also just listen to
This
it.
podcast.
He does have a
Yeah.
iTunes
Yeah.
Joe Rogan
Yeah, yeah.
experience.
Yeah,
Dude, he's got a massive following.
it's crazy.
Like that would
ridiculous.
be really cool to see. Like I'm sure you guys are in the early stages.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
you know
for
this.
sure.
I feel like this has some really, this has some potential.
I feel
Talking
like
Dads,
we have a good message where we're trying to
Am I talking
make
to
it-
the mic right?
You're good.
Yeah,
man,
you're good.
So
Okay.
just trying to get people to understand being a father is awesome.
It
number
is.
one. Being a father is very important.
Mm-hmm.
A
It
father
is.
figure is very important. So our idea was just to meet with other people such as yourself. You could ask us questions about advice and things like
what
that.
am I going to be looking forward to
Yeah,
in the
like,
next
exactly.
few months, and
And,
You know-
and it's just
and then we
whole-
get to learn too.
and at the same time we're learning.
Yeah,
So it's really cool. We've had a lot of awesome guests. We've had a wide variety of guests and
yeah.
different walks of life, and we're learning on the fly.
Well, and then what I think what we realized
It's
after
called practice.
yeah,
Absolutely.
it's reps, right?
Reps.
That's what
Like
it's
it's
all
just
about.
reps, and then what we realized too is after a while, what this really is almost like a therapy session. Right?
I would 100%
Where
agree with that.
Dad gets to get away, there's no phones out. Like, we're not like, we're actually having a conversation, and whether it's about our kids or it's about, playing baseball back in the day, or it's, your job or whatever it is that you want to talk about. It's just like a way for dads to get together and talk about what's going on with them at that point. And then, you're kind of building those relationships. And that's why we started like the tribe thing is like, okay, now let's talk about our kids, but like what else is going on in your life that we can help out with? Because again, Steve and I have been close forever, but not everyone has that.
No,
right.
no.
And so like if we can build and even have some
group at the same
resemblance of that for the masses, like that's super cool. And that's super helpful to not only like as a person or as a man, but like also helps you being a father, right?
Yeah,
Because
for
like
sure.
you're just a little bit more grounded and like you're not alone in it.
Yeah, and therapy sessions a great way to say it.
Yeah.
Because I mean, you come on here and you get to just vent.
This is
and
great
talk
for
about-
me.
Yeah, dude.
I'm really enjoying like talking about fatherhood and just life
Life in
experience,
general, yeah.
life experiences. Like
Yeah.
we're obviously all from Menor, and we've had like baseball's our bond, right?
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
how we know
That's
each other. Is
100%.
baseball, and like think how great baseball is. Like you metaphor, baseball's got a metaphor to life for everything.
Yeah.
Like I think about it in in business. Like how am I gonna how am I gonna hit a granny today?
Yeah.
Like how am I gonna
Yeah.
make my quote? Like
Yeah.
I'm trying to get on base. Like that's
Yeah.
like that's how you start here. You guys are getting on base, and you guys are setting the stone. Like honestly, Talking Dads is a really cool concept.
I
Like you
appreciate
can have
that.
any dad on here that talks real and like
Yeah.
is you have to appreciate the podcast too for a therapy session.
Yeah.
Right.
You have to have someone that's vulnerable to talk about that kind of stuff. I'm sure you can have some guests on here that most of your guests have been cool.
We've been very fortunate.
We've
Like,
had some great guys.
we've
man.
been able to, whether it's extracting information from somebody or they just willingly spit it out
Yeah.
or whatever. Like we've been able to get into some really good topics, and it just kind of flows and it's fun. Like we used to, our first couple.
is flowing great,
we
by
would
the way.
script
It
it.
is.
We used to script it, and it was awful.
Really?
Yeah.
It was terrible.
Did you have talking points?
Yeah, we'd have. I mean, we had
text
down
each
to like
other.
the minute.
You got a
Like,
free ball. I mean,
like, all right,
free.
we got- yeah, right.
Exactly.
Like, all right, man, at the 14-minute mark, we're going to transition to this
Let's get
topic.
into
And then,
this.
like, we'd be cutting somebody off.
Yeah,
or-
we're like, all right, cool.
Yeah,
Anyway, 'cause
yeah, whatever, dude.
we had an hour exactly to work with, so we had to like make sure we got in what we thought we needed to get in.
Right.
And
So
it was
wait,
kind
they
of a
give you
pain in the ass.
they give you an hour, so you got to edit your
No, no,
content.
at the time we
Yeah.
had
We were paying
basically
by the
paying
hour,
by the
basically.
hour.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
like, we're like, and then you're getting text messages from the guy who was running it, who'd be like, hey, you're 45 minutes in. You're like, shit, we got to make sure we hit this topic, this topic. This
Oh, no
topic.
bueno.
No, and it was meant as a courtesy, like, hey, just so you
Just
know.
so you know you're here.
But it still put, like, pressure on us.
Yeah,
and-
I can
you
see
know.
why you could script it then.
And
But
we-
you would have to have
Right.
your time constraint.
And at the time too, we
This
were
is-
all just starting.
Yeah, we had
Even
no
those
idea
guys
what
were
we're
just
doing.
starting, so it was like,
How long have you guys been doing this for?
Next week will be 1 year.
Wow.
Yeah.
And we've had a lot of awesome people on.
You said Marco was a big influence.
So
in
Marco started he opened up a studio.
Want to give him a quick plug, real
Yeah,
quick?
Barber in the Brain, Marky Fresh. So Marco opened up a studio next to his barbershop,
Yes.
and
That was
where-
Marco's
That
too.
was the push.
Yeah,
that was the push to get us.
Nice,
he
Marco.
just-
Good
he had
idea.
he had
I gotta
like
give you
a,
credit.
like a grand opening. He had like this big party and everything, and we sat down in the studio and we just kind of were talking to random people throughout the night. And Ian's like, "Dude, this is it. Let's do it." And
You
I'm
guys
like,
gravitated toward it.
and
That's
we just
really
did it,
cool.
and we just did it, and we didn't know what the hell we were doing.
Right.
And
But that was, like, there's the foundation for what
yeah,
it's become. And you know what? Like, a year from now, we'll look back and be like, man, we didn't know what the hell we were doing a year ago. You know what I mean? Like, you just keep,
and I feel like we've
again,
gotten-
it's reps. It's just, you keep doing it and you realize what works, what doesn't work. Like we've advanced, like, obviously our equipment, and then like how we edit, and like the different ways
Everything.
to promote it
Even,
and
like,
everything.
Is it-
lighting?
Okay, let me ask you this: does it seem like it's a hassle? If it's not, is it
No,
fun? Is it
it's
still
still
fun?
no,
Yeah,
we
it's
have,
fun.
we have a good time with it because for Ian and I,
Because this seems fun.
we get together.
This is
and
cool.
and we're like, hey man, let's go, let's do this. Like, hey, we don't have a guest tonight. Let's do a bourbon review.
Yeah.
Let's get a quick episode
I
in.
saw those.
And-
Those are cool.
And those are a lot of fun. And we're just so for Ian and I, we're hanging out.
Yeah.
You know,
Exactly. You guys
it's
can be
it's
each other,
Two
you know,
buddies just getting together and just hanging out. And then at the same time, like tonight, for example, we get a guest on. We're hanging out with somebody awesome and get a guest on, and we get to just vent and
Yeah.
talk and do whatever we want. And it's just so for us, it's not really a hassle. It's it's fun because like we're still being.
Does the editing
parents at the same time.
editing get annoying, or
I
do you
think
guys have to
I
edit a
feel
lot?
like, so Ian's the editor.
I edit.
So I feel like, and I'm just speaking from what I think. I feel like it's gotten easier with the programs that.
Well, now that we've got the right equipment,
Yeah.
and the right programs,
I feel like it took a lot.
it's so much easier. Back in the day, it used to take me like 2 or 3 hours.
Oh, yeah,
episodes
see,
to edit
that
an
would be no
episode.
fun.
And
I
he
would
would
like.
he would send me the video and I'd be like, hey, he'd be like, go through it and
Yeah.
just, tell me what needs to be cut out. And we used to like really go through it, but now with the equipment, the programs that we use, it's a lot
It's pretty
smoother.
quick, yeah. Well, and I know it a lot better now,
Yeah,
so
too, so
like
now
I
you're
can
a
go
lot
boom,
more-
boom, boom. I can be
Yeah.
done in like 10,
You're a lot
15
well-
minutes
Exactly.
and have it ready to post. Now I just like hit the button and it goes, and then I can I'll do that overnight sometimes, and then in the morning I can check it and I'm like, all right, well, post.
Yeah, exactly. And it's fine.
Can I ask you guys a personal question?
Please.
Absolutely.
What is the longest podcast you guys have done?
Ooh, 4.5?
4.5 hours?
Really?
Yeah.
It's like two.
Was that
bottles. It's like
the,
two bottles
was
of
the
bourbon.
Blaze Bite guys? Was that
yeah.
Perry and them? So,
That was Blaze Bite, and I think we did
Free pub
we did like
for
2.5
Legend.
hours
Legend, if you
or
ever seen
2.5
this.
bottles that episode.
What?
Yeah.
And then
It
the
was-
other one that we did with
it
Morris
y'all's-
and Adam,
Oh, that was another long one.
that was another 4 hours and 15
so
minutes or
2.5 hours in. I think we took a peek.
That one
break,
we did
came
like
back.
4 bottles.
All right, guys.
Or
We had
they
it done
did.
3 hours ago. We're cool.
We're good, man.
We
We
can
got
do
all
that.
night. We got all night. So
That's like that was like my precedent. I was like, I want to do the longest. I want to set the tone for the
Yeah.
next
What's-
guy to beat it.
what's
I'm just kidding.
interesting-
I'm kidding.
What's interesting is what we found though is like an hour and a half to 2 hours
Is
somewhere
your-
in
Yeah,
there
that's
is
about-
the
that's
sweet
your,
spot.
That's your sweet spot.
Yeah,
right there.
That's when people
I can see
listen.
that because like sometimes when I'm on YouTube and I see like a podcast and it's like
Yeah.
4 hours, I'm like, all right, where do I want to?
Yeah.
Do I
So
scroll?
do
you know,
like that fast forward to halfway through or something.
Yeah.
and
2
try to
hours
find
is good. Hour and a
Yeah.
half is good. Yeah.
Yeah, it's good. And I think we figured it out. I think we're doing
Yeah.
a lot better with
Yeah, we're
everything.
doing a lot better
So,
with it.
No,
yeah,
I was like
we'll
I
go
said, I
through
was
here.
watching your guys' podcast prior to these, and I was very entertained. I
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
listening to the other guy too. It was really cool. You had him on here maybe on episode like 30 or something like that. He did the Post-it notes.
Oh, yeah.
that was a really
So
cool
we talked to him
concept.
live from
Chris,
from New Jersey.
Yeah.
He was on here, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Was it the studio or was
No,
it
no,
like
we
the-
talked to him.
So we
sat
were here,
and we talked to him on the TV.
and we
right
talked to
there.
him on the TV.
He was
He was in New
awesome.
Jersey.
You can do that too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cool.
Oh, we're pretty amazing. So-
That is cool. Yeah, you can probably do a podcast with somebody from China.
Yeah,
If we
yeah, we
wanted
probably
to.
could. Yeah, so we've done
Anybody in China
New
wants
Jersey
to.
and Atlanta so far.
Cool. That's another
Yeah.
cool aspect of it. You guys can reach out to anybody you know. You said you had a buddy from Arizona. Is he a dad?
Oh no! So I was saying Ian's
Oh.
parents. Oh no,
Saying, did you say you stay with a buddy when
no,
you
no.
went to
Ian,
the?
I was saying Ian's parents have a timeshare.
Yeah, my parents they have a timeshare out
There's
there.
no
so
family,
that's
friends, or
interesting.
anything out there.
No,
No,
I mean, we should have.
Oh, Arizona.
but I've got some buddies like from the Marine
Oh,
Corps. and
Ian
stuff
does.
like
So yeah,
that
out of
that
state and everything.
we
So
could reach out to.
we have had some cool people on. We had a professional golfer. Now we have a baseball player. Like so, these stories and these
Yeah.
type of people that we have on here is pretty awesome. And you as a new father,
I love
1
you,
month in.
Colson. I hope you see this one day.
you will, man.
He will, yeah. Well, you know what? That's
It's
the
on
other
there
thing that we
forever.
said
Cool,
too.
yeah.
At the very
love you, buddy.
worst, if this never ever turns into anything, what we always said is at the very worst, we get to document like
Yeah,
us
that's
as dads.
cool.
You know?
And it's cool, man. It's a
It's
lot
better
of
than
fun.
pictures. It's video. It's
100%,
live
yeah.
video.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah, because I mean, obviously we have our moments where like, oh my son was being a freaking pain in the ass, and
True.
Yeah.
then to look back on that and be like, well, you know what I mean? Like it's really cool
Yeah.
for us to come in here and be able to just talk about our kids,
Right.
Yeah.
which leads me to my next question.
Bring it.
Do you have any? So we're a little more. We're not very experienced, but we're 4 years in, each of us.
Yeah.
That's your oldest.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, a little bit.
oldest.
So do you have any questions for us? Do you have any?
Of course. I
you
have
know,
a bunch.
worries or just anything? You know, go ahead and fire them off.
Yeah, no, the daycare situation.
Yeah, there you go.
That's got to be a serious topic among all families, right?
Sure.
Like, do you do it or do you not?
So I do.
Ian.
I do.
I go to my kids go to Ian's daycare.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Can we do a little.
So I'm a huge proponent
Yeah?
of early childhood education.
How early are we talking here?
So
My
we
kids have been
started
going-
6
Give me some
weeks. My kids started at 12 weeks.
So my girl, my fiance
Mm-hmm.
is 6 months on paternity and 6 months. She gets 12 weeks. I shouldn't say 6 months. What am I talking
Yeah,
about?
3 months.
She get 3 months,
That's
and then she goes
that's
back.
what my wife got.
She actually is a behavioral specialist
Okay.
at the Monarch for autism.
Okay.
It's in University Heights.
Okay.
It's like right by JCU. So she goes back in the summer.
Yep.
She does summer school for like a month, and then she has like another month off. So
Okay.
when she goes back, she actually had the baby at the perfect time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She had it at where it's like everybody, you get Christmas. So when she went into labor, she was on break already, pretty much.
Yeah.
It was like a week, I think, before.
Oh, nice.
So she had Christmas break, the 2 weeks, and then her paternity leave started. So
okay, that's
so she's going to be back to school teaching around. Now, I don't know if this is personal to talk about, but anyways, we're here. This is what we talk about. This is Talking Dads.
All right.
So we're talking.
Exactly.
She goes back in like March, end of March, April.
Yep.
So now we're gonna have that predicament. It's approaching.
Yep.
Who's gonna watch the baby? That's one of my biggest questions. Like, there's got to be eyes on this little kid the whole time.
Sure.
yeah.
Is it gonna be my eyes? Is it gonna be her eyes? My mom's eyes?
Right.
Grandma's? Grandpa's? Who's it gonna be? Like, how does that? What did you guys do from the first? Like, obviously, you guys probably did the mom was home for a while, and then
Yeah.
if they work, they
Yep.
go back to work.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right.
My kids went to. I'm trying to think. Sam was right after Liz was done.
Yeah.
So I mean, he was going there right away. My
Yeah.
son was.
Do I know your wife? I don't think I've ever met your wife,
no,
Steve.
So she. I don't think you do. She's from Menor.
Liz, right?
Liz. Yeah.
Nice name.
It's a great name. She's
Elizabeth.
Elizabeth. Yeah. I call
We
her
love you, Elizabeth.
She's the best.
I'm sure she watches all these.
All the time.
I know you do, Elizabeth. We
All
love
the
you.
way- all
Great
the way
job, Mom.
through, all the way
Great
through.
job.
But yeah, we started right away with Sam. He's been going there forever. I mean, he's 4 now.
Yeah.
He's 4 now.
I mean, our
Yeah,
kids
It's
grew
called,
up
what's
there.
it called?
It's
So
called
Little Scholars Early Learning Centers. So yeah, I mean, it's
Age group?
we start at 6 weeks.
6 weeks?
We go all the way up to like 13 years old.
So who's watching the little nuggets?
So we have amazing infant room teachers that go in there and they treat those kids like they're their own.
They're great, man.
So actually, fun fact, at the center that our kids go to, Miss Audrey, I'll give her a little shout out.
What's up, Audrey?
Her
Good job,
first
Audrey.
day was the first day that my son started.
Oh, really?
And yeah, so like we had interviewed and everything, and I
She got a close
liked her
bond
and
to the little
everything. And I
guy.
was like, all right, listen.
Gibson?
Yeah.
Gibson.
I was like, listen,
Gibby.
this is
Love that name. That's
this
a
is
great
huge. You're getting the run through the gauntlet on the first.
The owner's kid.
Yeah, right.
He's got some serious turds. Watch
And
out. Watch out.
she's amazing. And
Yeah,
so that
she's
was
phenomenal.
4 years ago, and she's amazing. So she's basically taking care of my two kids,
Both
of yours,
Yeah.
plenty. I mean,
It's
countless
awesome, man.
others.
And
so
it's cool too. So like like with us, right now, my son and his daughter are both in the same class together,
Mhm.
and then my son Sam is he's 4. So what's really cool about the daycare is they have a app that we get to check on what he's doing all day.
Little Scholars app?
So it's
well,
called
it's called Bright Wheel.
So they
Okay,
use that,
Bright Wheel.
and it updates you like everything from what they ate, nap time, what they're doing.
Yeah.
incident
Send
reports,
pictures,
send pictures and
videos.
videos. And what's cool is the teacher that Sam has now, Mr. John,
Mm-hmm.
which is amazing. They send videos every day, and I see my son like
That's
in the class,
Cool.
like interacting, and I'm like, holy cow! Like, at home he's a
it's
different.
nice
they're
to
so
know when you're
different.
at work and he's
Yeah.
getting
It's really
you're
cool,
getting
man.
feedback live.
Yeah.
And
You know?
I sit there and watch the video, and I'm like, holy shit! Like,
So it used to be when you drop your kid off at daycare, like
Yeah,
once
give
you
me a little info
unless
on the
something
daycare
like
game.
unless something like crazy happened,
They call it-
you don't
yeah.
hear from anyone, right?
don't
And
know
then
you don't know what's going
you
on.
go at 5, 6
Pick 'em up.
o'clock to go pick up, and you get like a piece of paper that is just like little like notes of what happened throughout the
there's an
day.
incident or something.
Well, now with
He was
this,
a little shit.
yeah.
He eat shit everywhere. But
And it's
I'm
Well,
just
but
kidding.
no, honestly though, no, I'm serious.
They shit everywhere.
The thing is
swear
like
on this podcast?
people would, yeah, you can,
Okay.
yeah, fuck shit,
yeah.
balls.
Give more balls.
Hey, so you gotta show me how this works, Steve. You haven't pushed it one time. I'm waiting for it.
Give me,
What's your favorite one? That's what she
Tell
said.
me what the score is.
You don't score until you score.
Till you score.
That's right, baby.
That's right, baby.
But no, like
It's cool.
It used to be like teachers would like scramble to write down some notes like, oh, how was the day?
Yeah.
Like, and so then you're thinking back, well, now everything is real time. So, well, not real time. So
It's
With
15,
technology
20
now.
minutes later, you know, because they're not going to, while they're with the kids, they're not doing it. But like once they get a break or another teacher pops in and they can fill out their thing and they can say, okay, let me post these pictures and these are what they were doing. You know what I mean? It's really cool.
Who's doing that? Is that the
teachers?
the
do it.
teachers.
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
So they do it through their iPads. And
Yeah,
here's
so
an
they all have
example. So
iPads.
like, you know, here starts his day, and there's all the pictures. Says he went potty. This is him in his in class doing whatever.
Oh, that's legit.
They have videos.
See, I got no
So there's
experience
nice,
as a
like-
It shows when
daycare.
he ate. Tells you when he went to the bathroom.
Wow.
Tells you about his nap time.
That's a lot to
snack.
log.
It is,
It's a lot.
but you know what though? They use it. Like
They do use it.
I
They're
remember
good
when,
about
when
it,
my
too.
daughter had like some like a medical thing with her enzymes and stuff. Like we were like, okay, well, like what is her bathroom schedule was like? And we're like, I don't know this, and I'm like, wait a minute, we can actually check. And we would go back and look at the logs and say, okay, well, she's been doing this, and this
Yeah.
over the past 3 weeks. And, oh, it is a little bit different than it was the 2 weeks before
Yeah.
that.
And
No,
and
that's
can monitor
valuable
it that way.
information.
It's absolutely, and it helps for that. Like when you see
Yeah.
a child sick or something.
Yeah.
And so to answer
that's
your
another question
too,
I
is
got.
like, with daycare, I mean, it's terrifying.
Mm-hmm.
You are sending your child, your baby, to strangers.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Just handing them off and like, okay, well, I'm just gonna
Ian's not a stranger.
no, for me, it was a little bit easier because I know the owner.
Right.
And but at the same time, no matter what, it's terrifying
Sure.
as a parent. But
Exactly. That was one of my fears.
Dude, I remember
who
it was
am I handing my
terrifying
kid
for
off
me.
to? Who am I handing my kid off to?
exactly. You don't know. You hear stories. But I
You
will
always
say,
hear the negatives,
you do-
right?
you don't
Like,
hear
Correct.
you don't
positive.
hear
You do.
anything
There's a lot of
positive.
great
Correct.
places, and there's a lot of good people.
That was a positive. What you guys just showed me. That was pretty
Absolutely.
cool.
So I like Ian said, I'm huge on it. I think that my kids going to daycare, interacting with other kids, having some type of structured like day in general, just having anything going on. Like where I'm not teaching them, I'm not there 100% of the time. I think it's huge. I think it's a great thing, and I think it's helping them develop a lot better. And like I said too, like I see these videos of what they're doing at school. They don't act like that at home,
Right.
in a positive way.
Yeah.
Like I see them learning, I see them developing, and I see them doing activities and things that I didn't even think they could do.
Right.
You said 4 years old, right?
Yeah.
So like, give me some like, are they reading? Are they talking yet?
So I mean,
Did they say
basics.
dad or anything?
Oh yeah, dude. 4, man. My kid
Yeah,
doesn't stop talking to me.
My girl
Yeah.
was like,
At 2
Monica,
is when they really start talking.
I was like, man, Colston looks like he's ready to crawl. She's like, "Pfft, he's not gonna crawl until he's like 6 months. I'm like,
6,
dude, he's on the
7 months,
fast
yeah.
path, dude. This dude is like hungry. He like wants to get up my chest. I'm like, he's ready to crawl.
good.
I'm like,
That's good.
She's
My
like,
son
no,
Sam-
he's gonna 6 months. I'm like, oh, okay, we'll see. I'm thinking he's gonna beat that timetable.
Hey man,
He might.
I set the tone for him. I'm like,
That's
you
it.
ready to
Here's what I
crawl?
would
You
say,
crawl,
man.
buddy. I'm like beating him up the ladder.
Small accomplishments, man. Like my son Sam
sure.
rolled over super early.
Like first like rollover or first
Yeah.
like, oh, he picked his head, like his neck's getting
Yeah,
stronger.
yeah.
Like, so I'm at the 1 month, 2 day stage. So
Hey,
he's
You'll be amazed at what goes on from here on
Yeah.
out, man.
your mic sounds better than mine.
Well, you know, I got really close for a second.
So do I gotta
Can you
like
hear me?
make out to this thing to make it sound super juicy?
Yeah,
Make
a
love to
little
your
bit.
mic.
Like Jimmy Hanlon.
Jimmy Hanlon's
Dude, you're
so
good.
smooth.
He's a pro.
He knows.
Dude,
what
He's like
Jimmy.
a 5-time Emmy winner.
he's a beast, man.
Dude,
He
Jimmy,
doesn't-
get me on the tube.
But man, just all the small things, everything that the child does, small things.
My girl loves Blink 182.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Who
we all
doesn't?
do.
She loves. And you ever heard of Angels and Airwaves? That's like
think
the
so.
Tom DeLonge's other band.
Oh, really? I didn't
Yeah,
know that.
we're
Okay.
slow.
Speaking of bands, 311, Incubus,
I saw that.
August.
I like it all.
I want
saw
to see
that.
that.
Dude,
I want to see
I
that.
haven't been to a show in forever.
It's been a long time. I think
Dude,
the last one I
that's
saw was
talk
Toby
about
Keith.
therapy.
Yeah,
Shows. Go to
yeah.
shows. I encourage shows.
Yeah.
Here's the thing, though. I was looking at that concert. It's on a Wednesday at Blossom. I'm like, maybe
Is it
not.
summer though?
It is, but man,
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Wednesday
know.
night's
Everybody.
tough.
Yeah.
Middle of the week.
Yeah, that's a
I'll
brutal
take a
day.
Friday night, but
Yeah.
Anyway,
But no, man, you'll see that these we call them little milestones. In reality, they're huge.
Mhm.
You know, like you said, lifting his head, and when he rolls over, and you know, starting to do like the furniture walking.
the coos and the
What's the
all that
coo?
kind
I
of
heard about the coo.
What
does he do, like his little mouth or something?
Still start talking, like making little noises and things like that, and it's just
It's like their own little language.
So
Yeah.
cute when he sleeps. He just
Yeah.
like makes a little.
I'll be honest with you, man. At 4 years old and 2 years old, I still go in their rooms after they go to bed, and I'll
Just like watch him.
yeah.
Yeah, I do too.
I don't
Yeah,
think
it's
it's
cool.
creepy. I think
I can
it's,
see that.
I think it's.
I'll be that
I
dad.
love them.
Like especially like podcast nights. Like so I'll get home and then like I'll make sure everything else
Stumble
is good in the
in.
house. And yeah, right. And then but I always check on my son. He sleeps with his door cracked for whatever reason. Like even if I shut the door, he'll get up, crack it, and then go back to bed. Whatever. But my daughter doesn't. So I'll open that door. I'm like really, really quietly, and I go see, and she's usually like kick the blankets off and shit like that. But I still do that all the time.
I do it every night, man.
Tuck her back in.
I love it. And
Like
when
I
leave
said-
in the morning, they're still sleeping. I go in there, give them both a kiss, and then I go to the gym or go to work. And I'm telling you, man, it's
The love never. I'm
best
sure the
thing.
love never goes away.
No.
You've never
The
loved
first
something
time
so
that sucker
much.
was born,
Yeah.
you love that thing, man. Like
You never.
Don't get me wrong. There are
created that.
times.
There are times where you want to.
There are times
throw
where
my
you're gonna
window.
be
Yeah.
like,
You're like, I want to.
So when does that start? When is that? When I want to
Two.
wring his little neck? No, I'm just kidding. I shouldn't
No, I
say
mean,
that.
it's true though.
no, it's 100%.
I love you,
true.
Colson.
You won't. But
Yeah, you won't stop loving them. You just
Don't
like,
shake your baby.
But you get in those moments where like, oh my god, you're making me freaking crazy
Yeah.
right now. I'm like, I could.
So okay,
But
this
I
might
don't.
sound weird, but I feel like I've always been good with kids.
Mm-hmm.
Like no matter, because I feel like baseball brings out the best in me, so I can figure out some way to like distract this kid.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll create like a little game or something to distract. Do you guys find yourself doing that? Like,
Dude, distraction is key, man.
like, hey, I want you to maybe like bounce this ball off this wall 3 times and then get back to me.
Yeah.
You know, knowing it would take him like 30 minutes.
dude, we do. So Ian has something like that.
There's
So
got to
we
be like
call it dad
distraction, like you guys were calling them hacks. I think
Yeah.
I want to
We
do
do,
it.
yeah.
There's got to be some kind of hack like that you
There
guys
is.
can give me.
There's
100%.
There's that. There's we always say like misdirection, distractions, just anything to just get them their mind off of what they're focused on. Like,
Baseball.
Yeah,
anything,
seriously. So,
Baseball.
I mean that's like my classic dad hack though is like the misdirection, and if he's like playing and not exactly, let's just say I'm trying to get him ready for dinner. Like, all right, go wash up. It's time for dinner.
Oh, there's like
And
a
he,
process for dinner.
Well, yeah, there's a
You-
process
you-
for everything.
You have to get them out of what
You
they're
can't just
doing.
be like,
Go sit
hey,
down.
Colson, it's time to eat.
No, it doesn't work like
no,
that.
it's not
Doesn't
like
doesn't quite
Darn
work
it,
like
man.
that.
My son will look at his food and be like, "Nah, his thing is it's not my favorite." I'm like, "It's not mine either." But you know what? I'm gonna eat dinner because that's what we're eating for dinner tonight. Ian's son is. I'm allergic to it.
Oh yeah, he says he's allergic to everything.
Does it help that he sees you eating it and he
No,
kind
they don't
No,
give a shit, man.
no.
And then you know what? They won't eat their dinner, and then
got
9
another
o'clock rolls
question.
around.
I'm hungry.
I'm starving. I'm like, you're starving? I told you that we're eating
Yeah.
dinner. I'm like, you're not getting snacks. Go to bed.
But no, there's definitely a process for everything. And one of my process that I do is like 15 minutes before I know it's time, I'll be like, all right, it's time to clean up what you're playing with. And then he doesn't listen. It's time to do this. Doesn't listen. And I'll be like, hey! And he'll like look up. And then I'll be like, all right, go touch the front door. Come back in here. Spin around in a circle 3 times. Do 3 jumping jacks. Do 5 push-ups.
Does he do it?
He tries.
But at least he
But
tries,
like,
right?
But the point is that he stopped what he was doing.
Correct.
And now I have his attention. So he'll be like, all right, what next? I'm like, all right, now go wash your hands and go sit down. It's time for dinner.
It's
and then
dinner
he'll do
time.
it.
See, I feel like I'm really good at that kind of stuff. I'm really
That-
good at like creating like
Then-
crazy little like games for
Yeah,
these
little
kids to like be
challenge.
entertained in.
Yeah.
So they're like excited about
Kids
the
want
next.
to be challenged.
I know.
They want
I
to
know.
be like,
and they're not.
and they just don't have the focus ability,
No.
right? And so like you have to force that on them.
We have different games and things like that. We call that obstacle course.
Yeah.
That's
do
a
an
cool.
obstacle course.
I will take that. I will take that.
It's a
for my
good one
little-
because we do the
my
same
little-
thing. We do obstacle course. That's like one of Sam's favorite games is obstacle course. We start in the basement. I'm like sprint up the steps, do the same type of thing.
5 push-ups.
Yep,
Yeah.
jump over the ottoman. I have like a whole thing set up for him.
That's
And
cool.
It's great, man, and it's fun, and especially in like the winter months, it's like you can't go outside. But yeah, that's gonna be huge, man. Once he gets older,
Yep.
those
All
are
right.
the type of things.
So he's 1 month and 2 days, obviously.
Some time.
Give me my path for the next 365 days. What do I have to look forward to? I mean, you guys have lived it twice so far.
I think the biggest thing is the furniture walking. To me, they
What is
seem
furniture
like
walking?
so. Furniture walking is when they can't quite balance themselves yet to walk, but they can move their legs and they can hold on to like the couch
Hold themselves up
and
like
like
that.
start moving, and then they get brave and they'll like reach for the coffee table or they'll reach for the stool.
Now I got to
or
worry about
whatever
it cracking
is.
his head open.
Sure, yeah, you do.
You know what I mean?
100%.
Stuff like that.
Before,
Yeah.
and before
But-
that too. I mean, it's. Go ahead.
I think just seeing them get brave, like
Yeah.
That's got to
a
be a
little bit
cool
more,
feeling though. Like, oh,
they
look
feel
this
a little more
dude.
sure of themselves, and then they'll do this, and then all of a sudden they're just walking.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, whoa,
Even with
Shit.
even a step ahead of that before that too is like the crawling thing.
Yeah.
Just like put a
When,
blanket
yeah,
down.
what can I expect from Crawlage? 6
God,
months?
I don't even know, man. It's just every kid's different, but I mean, probably.
yeah, 6 to 8 months.
Crawling's kind
somewhere
of
in
like
there.
one of those
So
milestones.
it's literally you throw
No,
a bunch
you'll-
of toys all over the ground and
Yeah.
lay them on a blanket.
Get it.
Tummy time.
Get
Just
it.
like reach for it, and then eventually they start trying, and they figure it
Yeah.
Did you guys have like one of those blankets where it was like 1 month, 2 month, 3 month?
out. We had. I don't even know what the hell
We did
had,
like a
ties or
chalkboard
something like
thing.
that.
Did you guys do like a
Or-
lot of picture? Because like
Yeah.
we got one of these
First kid.
blankets. Yeah.
For second kid is like whatever.
Yeah.
Sorry, dude. We
Yeah,
already
seriously,
been through
first
this.
kid we took every picture for all 12 months or whatever.
Really?
And he sat in the same chair with the chalkboard that said 1 month, 2 months,
Yeah.
whatever.
That's
no, no,
cool.
no. With Gibbs, we did blocks. We had little blocks, and we set up the blocks that said whatever months. And then with Sloan, I think we made it through like 5 months.
Piss off, Sloan. You don't get the same treatment.
Yeah, same thing with Ben. I mean, I don't think we did anything. My son was in the hospital for
Yeah.
the first 2
Ben?
months.
Did you say Ben?
Ben?
Yeah.
Your son's name's
Ben.
You have a son
Benjamin.
named Ben?
I have
Yeah.
Benjamin. I have Samuel and Benjamin.
Dude, are you kidding me? Did I tell you that? That's what I. Well, so Colson, love the name. Colson's a great name. It's
Yeah.
unique.
Yeah.
You don't hear it. You don't hear it, period.
Right.
I don't know any Colsons actually.
No, I
Do
don't.
you know a Colson?
No.
Zero.
I think
So-
we have one at the daycare, now that I think about
Really?
it. Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. I think we have one.
It's good to know. But so when Colson was born, he wasn't named until. Here's a funny story actually. So when you're born, they have all the people coming in, the lactation consultant,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
nurse.
Everybody's all
you're-
over the place.
they're
Yep.
actually. We had our baby up at off of Mayfield Road.
Hillcrest?
Yeah, it's the
Hillcrest.
Cle-
Yeah, that's where we went.
Great, dude. I was like, wow, these people are awesome.
Yeah,
they
they were
do
great.
They're amazing.
24 hours. It was like anything that question we had, they were there. But he didn't have a name for the first 3 days he was born.
Oh,
'Cause
really?
My favorite movie, of course, was The Sandlot growing up.
Oh, yeah.
Obviously,
Oh,
baseball. This is
Benny.
Yeah.
Benny.
Benny in the freaking Jets, dude.
Yeah.
Like I was all.
Benny the Jet
Benny the Jet Rodriguez.
Tell me, like you can recite that movie.
Oh yeah,
I
You know,
dude. Gibson.
Pickle, like-
Gibson loves The Sandlot.
Good.
So
It's like
good.
the only
That's
like
probably why he loves
live action
baseball.
movie that he'll watch.
Yeah, we watched that one, man.
Everything else is cartoons, but
So,
like, yeah, he
anyways,
loves that
Benny
movie.
the Jet Rodriguez. For some reason, it was like I could envision it when I was like in my 20s. I'm like, I'm
Yeah.
gonna have a kid named Benny Bortnick, Benny and the Bortnickers.
Yeah.
You know, like it's got a ring to it. This kid's gonna be a first rounder, Benny Bortnick. Sorry, Colson, but I got high standards for you, buddy. But I was really set on Benny Bortnick. It just had
Yeah.
a ring to it. And Monica was like, let's think about it. I was like, all right, write down your names.
Yeah,
Let me see what you got. And I was reading them, and one of them was Colson. I was like, wow, Colson. That is really
it's a good
cool.
name.
It is.
It has a ring to it. And I was like, can we do the middle name? Like, my middle name is Lee, Tyler Lee. She's like, yeah, sure, that's fine. I was like, Colson Lee. I was like, boom.
That's a good name.
But the funny part of that story was that also coming into the room was the lady that does the birth certificates.
Mm-hmm.
She's freaking bugging us like
yeah, she's
from
all
day
over it.
one. I'm like, no, we don't have a name.
Yeah,
I'm like, give us a second to breathe.
yeah.
And
This
she's
just
like,
happened.
yeah, I was like, we just. So, anyways, day 3 comes around. You know, it's like the last hour. We're like, it's Colson.
Yeah.
Boom, done.
That's a
Yeah.
great name, though.
Yeah,
man.
it's like future Hall of
Yeah,
Famer.
Sloan, we didn't know.
No, 'cause
Her,
That's a cool
we
name.
still have
Sloan?
like the thing like on her bassinet or whatever. It just says Baby Girl Lewis
Baby girl.
because they didn't know what to call her.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
that was because I remember coming there that night.
Yeah.
to come meet her, and I.
what you got going on here, Ian, on the TVs?
Oh, we just resetting the screensavers.
What time are we at here?
About an hour and a half.
Oh, okay.
All right, well, so which leads me into my next question.
Oh.
I don't even know if you have
you guys on-
anything yet.
Time constraints? By
No,
the way?
not at
No,
all.
no,
Not
no.
at
You
all.
guys
I'll
have
have to
kids
speak.
that are sleeping?
Yeah,
they're
they're
sleeping.
sleeping. Yeah.
I'm-
That's
I'm
why
there-
we do it at night.
Well, yeah, so we
Yeah,
so
we
we
wait
do
till
is
the kids are
we
asleep.
Get the kids to bed. Although my kids were still.
We'll get back to the sleep thing too, because I was gonna say our schedules are probably different. So I want to talk.
Okay,
I want to broach back to
Yeah,
that
yeah,
subject.
Hop
But
right into it.
go ahead, Steve.
No, you're good. Let me talk about your sleep because I have a question for you, but we'll wait till after this.
No, let's go with the question first, and we'll
Well,
go
I
to
was gonna
sleep.
say because at a month, and I don't know if you have
Month and 2
anything yet.
days.
Month and 2 days. Do
See?
you have you? I know you've done your homework. Do you have a dad hack at a month and 2 days?
So
Dude,
we don't have kids, right? Like we're expecting a
Yes.
newborn.
Yeah, tell us.
What's your advice for the first month? Like something that you've done
Okay,
that's
here's a
made
good
your
one.
life easier.
learn how to handle the baby. You got to learn how to pick him up and maneuver him in your arms. Like he fits into your arms like a certain way. You got to learn how to support his head.
You're right.
But you can like maneuver him to where he's like comfy. Like I can do
Yeah.
it one arm. Like
Yeah.
he's comfy here. He's comfy here. I can put my arm between his legs.
Yeah.
Learn how to maneuver. Learn how your arms work within the baby.
That's
Because-
fantastic.
Right?
Yeah.
Absolutely, because
Like I've already mastered it. I'm like, oh, he wants to go here. I'm just like, boom, clean him up there. He wants
Yeah.
to crawl on my chest. Cool. Whatever. He wants to go on my little crack in my elbow. Cool. I can keep him right here.
And that's
he's like,
and that's a scary thing too when you, especially
Oh,
if
at
you're
first,
somebody who's
yeah.
never-
Exactly.
if you've never handled a child before.
Yeah.
it is
And
very.
it's you cannot mishandle a newborn
Right.
because I mean it's very fragile. It's like their
Trust me.
heads aren't being held up on their own.
Yeah.
I mean you have
Right.
to do everything.
when I was at the hospital, I was like very like, I was just learning. Of
Yeah.
course, I just had my son. I was like,
Oh, yeah.
of
It's
course.
terrifying.
Yeah.
And you have-
So
and
like
you
when
have
you hand
family
him off,
coming
you're
in.
like your dad.
Yeah,
You're like,
the
okay,
handoff.
make sure the head.
Yeah. Here
It's
you go.
like-
Here you
yeah.
go. I'm like,
It's,
well, you
very
have to let
awkward.
go.
The
You have to
handoff
let go.
is very, very
Right.
awkward. And
Right.
I mean, handing it off to this happened to me at a hospital, and
Oh no,
I won't say any names, but I was handing it off to someone,
what does
which
that
was
go?
a female, was not related to me, but just the handoff was very awkward. And
Yeah.
it was like it
a
wasn't
very-
your wife, don't worry.
Oh,
What's your wife's name?
Chelsea.
Okay,
It
sorry,
wasn't her,
Chelsea.
but it was the handoff, and it was like I just completely caressed their entire breast
Oh.
as I was handing them off. I was like, oh god, this is so awkward.
Yeah.
Felt
No, my
terrible.
my
But-
main
but
thing is the
handoff
neck.
so awkward. The neck is
Yeah.
very important because you're like here, and then like you got to hope
Yeah.
they get their hand in there. It's just
Exactly.
the whole thing.
Yeah.
So learning to handle them.
That's a really good. That's a good move.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Absolutely.
dad hack. Learn to
Hit that
manhandle your
button.
baby.
Hit that button.
Oh, that's what she said.
Dad hack.
Dude, yeah, dad hack, handle that baby.
And know it.
Yeah.
It's very
Own
important.
it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so okay, and then go back to your sleep thing. You're going to tell us.
Okay, I was gonna say another good thing for is that little tube that goes around your
Oh, like the-
waist.
Oh, the boppy.
Dude, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, you know how you hold the baby after a while, your arm gets like tired.
Yeah.
You're like, dude, this little nug is like,
Boppies are
getting heavy. He's only 7 pounds.
phenomenal.
yeah, it's called a boppy. That's right.
Yeah, yeah.
And I'm just like, and I just set my arm right there. And I'm like, yeah.
Oh, it's fantastic.
Dude,
good invention.
love
Whoever
those
made it the
things.
Those
boppy
guys-
is you're a genius.
Yeah.
Absolute genius. It's
He's probably
the
sold
prob-
a million of
the
them by
problem
now.
is,
Oh,
man,
yeah.
And I can kind of forget about this kind of stuff. Is those days, it's like getting so comfortable. You're exhausted,
Yeah.
and your wife's sleeping, and you're like, okay, this is my shift.
Yeah.
You're holding them, and you got them like with the boppy wrapped around your waist, and you got
Yep.
them. And you're so comfortable on the couch, and I mean,
Fall asleep.
Oh my god,
Doze off.
And
Yeah.
hear
And then
those
you wake
horror
up and you're
stories,
terrified.
like, Jesus Christ! I mean,
What did I do?
dropped them, you know, and
Yeah.
so that's scary. But man,
I think everyone does that.
but they're so cozy, and it's
Yeah.
just so comfortable, and you're exhausted.
warm,
So
dude.
warm.
They are, man.
Oh
Little-
yeah,
little
so
furnace.
warm.
So precious.
They are, man. It's the
Did
best.
your babies sleep well? Did you guys?
I was very lucky.
I was lucky.
Same. I
Same.
feel very
Yeah.
fortunate. Like my fiance is breastfeeding. Like
Mhm.
anytime he has the smallest inkling of a cry, you know, like he's got food on point, like right there at any time. And that's like the most important thing is
Well,
Yeah.
you gotta- you
Like-
have to have a routine. You have to have a schedule, and it has to work out with you and your wife. And I think we both had good schedules. I think we
Did
had
you guys
the
do
ideas.
it-
We bounced the ideas off of each other.
Yeah.
And which was awesome.
so I did. I did the backwards. I had the baby first. We're gonna get married 2nd.
Mhm.
Were you guys married first and then
Yeah.
had babies?
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you did the traditional.
Yeah, we were very traditional. Yeah.
Did you guys
I don't
do
know how long
baptism,
after.
communion,
The
all that
bapti-
stuff?
Yeah,
Yep.
we did the
Really?
baptism.
Yep.
So I want to do that.
Yeah.
I'm a big believer in doing that because that's how I was raised. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
It sets a standard where you're going to be raised right. You know, you're going to be raised right. Not a lot of people do that these days.
No, that's true. Yeah.
That's true. I mean,
like-
and to each their own. It was important to us, and
Like looking back on it now, I was glad that I was baptized, and I'm glad that I had communion.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, for
You know,
sure.
like-
Man. We went through the whole process. I mean, got confirmed and everything, and I think that we'll do the same thing with my kids. And
Well, it just leads to good. I feel like it leads to only good things.
it's good values. And,
Yeah.
and like our big thing on here is raise good humans, and I think that's a
Yes.
good. That's huge.
Right. It's just another piece of like good influence that you can.
We're very fortunate, actually, is what we are.
Yeah, 100%.
Not a lot of people have the opportunity to baptize or
Right.
And it's
You know?
like he said, to each his own, and like what your beliefs are.
correct. We're
And
not.
for us, it's Catholic. We're
Right.
Catholic, so it's
I was raised Catholic.
Yeah,
Yeah, and like my
we're-
so
it's okay to
Gibson's
talk
now
about
at a
that.
Catholic school. You
Oh,
know, so
yeah.
he's going. He's in junior.
Catechism, all that. Hopefully one day.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, like the whole thing. So he's in. So he goes to church once a week. While he's at school, and then
Oh,
outside.
they offer that?
Yeah, yeah.
Really?
Yeah. So he's at
Is
the.
that is that like a debate in the?
No, so he's at a Catholic school. So it's
Makes
just part
sense.
of their like curriculum is I think on Wednesdays they go.
I'm sorry, I was thinking the daycare.
Oh no, not at the daycare. No.
He's at St. Gabe's.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
off of 84.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Nice.
Yeah. So my son goes there now. This is his first year, so he's doing
You getting feedback from him?
pretty well. Yeah.
Yeah?
Like it's pretty amazing. Like just to see like how we teach over at the daycare, and then like how that transforms. Like he's the youngest in his class, and he's doing well.
You drafted at 17. When's his birthday?
He's in June. He's June 20th.
Oh, dude, it's like
Yeah.
draft day.
Yeah. So
can
I
see
mean
it
that's the
already.
big
See,
debate
there you
now. Is
When you
does
send
he
him
go to kindergarten next year, or do we hold him back?
Yeah.
And so like
I got so many
all
questions.
the new I know, right? Like
I
all
got
the
so-
new research says hold him back longer. So then he would be 6 when he actually went to kindergarten.
So you
which
guys
is
looked
crazy
this up.
to
You
me.
guys looked this up before you enrolled him. Like,
Yeah.
when you guys were thinking about like, okay, when he's a senior in high school, he's gonna be.
Right.
Yeah,
I was
you-
17 when I graduated.
Yeah, I was
Yeah,
gonna.
Ian was early.
And my wife was
Did you go into the
also
service at
17.
17?
Yeah.
You were 17.
Yeah.
Is that legal?
I had to get a parent waiver.
Really?
I turned 18 in boot camp.
Wow, that's a
Yeah.
cool story.
Yeah. Yeah, my parents were pretty quick to sign that waiver.
Was that your
Get
decision, or were
outta
you led to
here.
that? Were you
Yeah, I mean, remember my time was I signed up right after 9/11, so
So you were
I had to go
03,
through
right?
another
So my brother, I have
year of
Yeah,
school
Bo
before I
was
could
03 with
leave.
us.
Yeah,
I had a brother, Bo. He was born
Yeah.
in same.
Same. He's
yeah,
our age.
he was
yeah.
our age. Yeah, so yeah, I mean, like
You're just
it
like,
was-
boom, I'm going,
yeah,
I'm doing this.
it was sophomore
Did
year
something
was-
in 9/11
Junior year.
or junior year, yeah, 9/11 junior year, and
that triggered something in
I was
you
just
to
like,
where-
It's crazy too, because like a lot of people
Let's
we
do
know
it.
that were like, people were signing up like right
Yeah.
after
Did
that.
you guys go to Ridge?
yeah,
Yeah.
Do you remember the science teacher? She was Mrs.
Miller?
No, it wasn't Mrs. She was the principal. Or Mrs. Miller was.
Well, I had a science teacher in 7th grade, Miss Miller.
Her name was. I remember being 9/11.
Mrs.
It was.
At
Talk about conspiracy
Ridge.
theories, dude. We can go
Um,
into that, and I don't. Yeah,
Man, I can't remember now.
her name was Mrs.
Kuba?
Mrs.
Oh yeah,
Mrs.
Kuba. I remember Kuba. She
Oh,
was
yeah.
like geometry or no,
No, she was-
geography, wasn't she?
Oh,
Or
maybe
Mr.
she was.
Henrik, the science teacher. You guys
Yeah, I
know?
remember
Yeah.
Henrik. Yeah,
Dude, that was a long time, freaking
Yeah.
time ago, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, that place is an elementary school.
it was like
That was probably 20.
20, almost 20 years ago. Yeah,
It's crazy, man.
Yeah.
Time flies.
or at Ridge was 20 years ago for me.
Relish, relish the nugget while he's a nugget, right?
Yeah, right.
Before he
That's
becomes
exactly
a-
it, man. Because it does fly, and
It does.
you're
So
gonna
think about
like
how
all
time
these
is
little moments are gonna build up, and then you're gonna like forget some of the stuff. Like that's one of the reasons we love doing it. Like especially with somebody who's brand new. Like now I forgot about a boppy. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
that was a
yeah, you used it a long
lifesaver. I
time.
love that thing.
Yeah, how much extra junk do you guys have from your babies?
I have a
We have
lot.
bins,
Just
bins,
collecting?
Bins,
Yeah.
bins. So
And I
was
keep
gonna
telling
say,
my
like-
wife, like, hey, we can be done now, so let's get rid of some of the stuff. She's like, well, we're not necessarily done. And and even if we are, we're going to save it for my sister. I'm like, they're going to want new stuff.
How old's your sister, Ian?
So
Younger or
her
older?
sister, yeah, she's younger. She's
Oh, her sister.
She
okay.
just, her birthday was yesterday.
yeah, well,
Happy belated birthday if you watch this show.
28?
sounds
She's
right.
28.
Sounds right.
She have kids, or
No.
she's hoping,
She's
right?
getting
She's getting married in January.
Yeah,
That'll be a sweet wedding. Where's it
Yeah.
at? Anywhere cool?
Downtown somewhere.
My sister had
should
her
probably know
wedding
that.
at Windows on the River.
Oh,
Remember
yeah,
that?
that place is very cool.
Dude, this was the most coolest event center ever.
Yeah, it's cool. Oh,
Not to
arcade.
get
That's
off-
where she's
not to
going.
get off topic.
Oh, the
Yeah,
arcade's really
yeah,
nice.
Yeah.
Man.
The what?
The arcade,
arcade.
downtown, like the
The old arcade, man. Place is
East
awesome.
4th.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Yeah.
That's a great venue.
Yeah.
I'm big on like food and health and all that crap.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, little Nuggy Colson is still sucking on mommy's
Mm-hmm.
TTs, and he's loving it. He's growing. He's getting longer. He's getting bigger.
Yep.
And he's gonna be, just obviously that it's crazy that it's all he just feeds on is milk,
That's
leche.
the most important thing, man. Yeah, oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like whoa. Okay, so obviously he's gonna have to come off of that.
Mm-hmm.
When you guys went to like food, did you guys have like a go-to food, like
Yes.
an avocado, a
Yep.
banana?
Avocado was like the first thing.
Smashed avocado, man.
really?
4 months old.
So-
They like avocado?
Yeah.
Yes.
So
That's like
Sam's
one of the
first
healthiest
thing
foods on the
was, like,
planet.
my kids still love avocado. My son calls it cado.
Yeah.
God,
He
yeah.
loves- He
Get you
loves
some
tias and
cado in you.
cado.
Kid.
So we tias, tortillas and avocado.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
So-
That's bomb ass food right there.
Yeah, but avocado was the first thing we did. I think the first time we fed Sam like food was at your house. Actually.
Oh, really?
So we were there. I still remember we have a picture of it. He had avocado all
How
over
did
his
you
face.
know you were gonna feed him food?
I don't know. I think like
Like, because he's obviously drinking milk. Now he's just gonna be going
he was on
boom,
formula and
cado.
everything, and like I said earlier, like we were able to bounce off like Ian and Chelsea because they were 6 months ahead of us with their with Gibson.
Teach me.
So we were able to be like, okay, Chelsea, like what should we do?
Oh, I
And
kind of remember this now.
so like Liz and Chelsea, they
It's only like 4 years
they
ago.
smashed up a bunch of avocado and we put a little bit of formula. They mixed it up
Yeah,
together,
yeah.
and then we fed him with a spoon, and he crushed it.
Yeah.
Oh, you mix that
So
Yeah.
that's what we did. We that's
to kind
how
of
we
give him the
kinda-
same taste, so to
Yeah.
say.
Right.
So it's something like not like
Well, it, like soupies it up.
Yeah.
Like it's a little more
so it's
soupier,
like
so
we
it's
just
a little
took a
bit.
bottle. We just kind of like made it like
Yeah.
a
So-
soupy avocado.
Okay, so here's one of my questions. So, what is in that formula? What like because obviously mother's milk is no one's gonna question that. That's like the wholest of whole foods.
Oh, people question.
I'm on a serious like
It's insane, but like it's listen,
Like-
like what
I
they've been
should-
able to do with formula now is damn near replicate.
I don't want to. I know you do daycare stuff, Ian. So I don't want to like be sensitive. I want to be sensitive to your, I'm sure daycare stuff. Like when,
So
when you drop your kid off at daycare, does the mom provide you with milk?
yeah, so, yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Do
like
that,
they fill up their fridge.
They'll bring like little
bring your own
cooler
breast-
bags.
yeah.
We have
Okay.
refrigerators in the
Okay,
in the
so they're
side-
not
in the
just like feeding them
classrooms.
random stuff.
No. Whatever you give your child for like them to drink, that's what the daycare
Well, and
will do.
especially in the infant room, like when they're babies, like you're gonna meet with that teacher and come up with a plan. At this time during the day, I want him to eat. At this time, just formula or just breast milk or whatever. At this time, go ahead and try this.
Okay.
If he doesn't like it, we're gonna do this. Like it's a crazy
Absolutely.
plan.
And if they're gonna try to transition something in there, they're not gonna just do it
Right.
on their own. They'll ask you. They'll talk. They'll talk.
Hey,
with you
we
about
want to
it.
try this. We think he's ready. Like in our experience, he's showing the signs that he's ready to try
Okay.
some more solid stuff.
And you're like, yeah. well,
And then
yeah,
you either
go
say
for it.
yes or you say no.
And they'll do
and it's
whatever you-
okay either way.
Yeah, because I've read different things. Like babies like breastfeed sometimes till like they're like
Yeah.
4 or something. Like something
Even
crazy.
later sometimes.
Really?
Some kids are just
Sucking on the
depends.
teat
If
till
they-
like they're.
Yeah,
I mean,
insane. Yeah, it's a little-
That's cray.
Or
That's
you're
cray.
pumping, and you just, the wife could pump, and just you could do bottles,
Yeah.
which actually is a good, some good advice for you.
I was gonna say, like, I was encouraging my fiance to start now to just put that Shiite in the freezer,
Yep.
absolutely, you should,
right?
you should
Because
stock
it lasts for like 6 months.
dude, stock
I
it.
think
get
longer
it,
than
get
that.
it,
That's like money in the bank.
Dude, get a like one of those the freezers.
Mm-hmm.
Just stock it because, I mean, for us,
Did you
so
guys
we-
do that,
We
or-
did.
We did.
We'd pump.
better than-
she would pump, and then we'd fill a bottle. So like when she would go to sleep, yeah, I still remember that sound. Like it's just like a beat to it. So every
My wife
night
hasn't
she-
used the
she would
pump.
go
Well,
to-
she's practiced with it, but
Well, it's-
she's
it's-
obviously feeding.
It's good
now.
to make things easier on her too. Eventually,
Yeah.
so like she would go to bed around 8:00, and we'd have the bottles ready. And then my shift was from 8 till like 2 in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
So when he
So if he
when
ever
had to
got
eat,
up-
I would feed him.
Yeah.
So she didn't have to worry
Bottle,
about it. So
boom.
she's
Yep.
sleeping, and I have the bottle filled with breast
Warm it
milk
up,
and
yeah.
warm it up, and I was just
So
I would take care of it, and that was the best schedule ever. Because
Yeah.
then I would, I'd be up till 2, and then I would go to sleep for a few hours, and she would, if he woke up between 2 and 6, then she would take care of it.
That's a great
Yeah.
partnership you got going
Yeah.
on.
If-
That's
and it
that's a
worked.
good
Schedule's
husband right there.
important.
It worked.
Good
like
job,
a
Steve.
charm, man. And I think
sure your
you
wife
did the same
appreciates
thing.
you a lot.
Oh yeah, it's and we always say, man, it takes a team. And you
That
have
is a
to
team.
be- you
That's
have
a
to- it's
team effort.
Absolutely, and you have to have that.
Yes.
Because you're not gonna be able to do that. I mean, you got to be supportive.
No, someone's got to sleep.
But yeah, man. I mean, just to go back to your original question, like with the food, I mean, they really tell you. It's amazing how much they communicate.
Who's they?
Your kid. Your
Is it-
kid.
Yeah. Well, I'm
Colson Lee, man, is gonna be like,
He'll be talking to you.
I need more food.
Yeah, but
you'll
what
know.
kind of food?
You'll
Look at the
know.
kids
You're
these
gonna
days.
you're gonna check it out, man. You're gonna
I
well,
know.
no, you're gonna no. I mean, you're not gonna like start giving your kid Pop-Tarts, but you're
No.
gonna smash up some avocados. You're gonna get yourself one of those
That's what
little
I'm saying.
baby
I need some
blenders.
healthy. I need
Get
some
the-
healthy.
get
I
the
need some
steamer,
healthy
man,
shit.
Get the blend it up, smash it
They
up.
have
make
a
the-
Thinking like
it's called a
chick-
baby bullet, and you can get there.
Oh, I
And,
know the
and it'll
bullet.
pure. Well, they have a baby one that really purees.
No way.
And like we used to throw carrots in there. We used to throw beets. We used to throw
I mean, you have juicer, you can
avocados.
do- I mean-
all that kind of stuff. We made our own baby food for a little while. Now that got really tired really quick.
Yeah.
And then we
Really?
would just buy the
Okay,
baby
so I'm
food.
assuming it can be. It's time consuming.
Super time. It's like meal prepping.
Yeah.
So I mean, if you're used to doing something like that,
But I
then
like
maybe it's
that.
not
I'm
as
a
big of a deal.
proponent of
Yeah.
healthy stuff. So I like doing that.
That'll
Yeah.
work for you because I mean, you could do it. You buy the
Yeah.
steamer, you get the bullet.
Yep.
I mean, you're good to go, man.
But like I said, so going back to the sleep thing.
Mm-hmm.
I know you guys want to wrap this up, and then we
No,
can
do
chill
what you
out
gotta, man.
and finish off
Yeah.
however much
Whatever, you know.
delicious bourbon we got.
Uh-huh.
But the sleep schedule. So I'm fortunate enough to where I don't have to work. I don't have to wake up at, like Steve said, 5:00 in the
Yeah.
morning to work out. I know you guys are doing the suburban dad thing,
Yep.
doing the workout stuff, and that's going great. And I was like looking at the results. I'm like, wow, these guys are doing really good.
Yeah.
So what is your guys's, schedules is, does baby wake up like whenever he wants to wake up? Is it going to be a point to where you have to wake him up and he's going to be like cry baby, or is it going to be like,
I think when you're on a schedule, but I feel like you have to feed them at like I can't remember.
Yeah, I mean,
remember when
it's like every
young.
4
Yeah, it's only
hours they
4
have to
years-
eat
4
when
years
they're
ago.
when they're little.
Yeah, and then like eventually it's just whenever.
And eventually,
whenever ready.
they're just gonna
they'll
sleep
let you
through the
know.
night, and then
you hope?
Oh yeah,
Right,
you
Did
really
you guys
do.
do the white noise thing?
Oh yeah,
my
dude.
kids still
I still-
use
Dude, that
the
white noise is-
sound machine.
Dude, that's a real thing.
It's amazing.
I love it too because like if the
Like on low,
Sam
like a
has
low
a
setting.
wave sound.
Yeah, we
I
have
can-
rain.
I can hear that from my bedroom, and I love it. When
Yeah,
it's
it's
not
great.
on, I'm like,
We got one of these things where it changes colors, and you
Oh,
can
yeah.
you can do it
Oh,
from
yeah.
your phone.
we have
Oh,
the-
that's
I'm sure you
cool.
guys have got all the.
I don't
freaking
have
shit.
that
Well,
one.
the one
Mine's
for-
mine's pretty old school. It's just like an analog, like you just press a button.
Yeah.
It's like this thing's like a wireless speaker almost. It looks like a
Yeah.
tear. It looks like
Yeah.
this but bigger.
Yeah,
It's like a teardrop,
That's
like
pretty cool.
looking.
like
And you
almost
can-
like a lava lamp.
And you
type
can
thing.
do like bird noises, but I like the white noise. And
I
the
love it,
baby,
man.
Colson loves white
Oh,
noise.
yeah.
And
It's
it's just
good.
like
It's-
you're like, what is this? It's like
but it's great, man.
you're like, why is the
I had
baby sleeping to this?
We had an app
Pretty
on
soon.
the iPad that was like 1,000 different.
Oh
noises.
yeah, I think we have that. Yeah,
That's
yeah,
what I did for Sam when he was in
'Cause
my room when we first brought him home.
yeah, yeah.
But Ben was so when he was in the hospital, we couldn't hold him. So the only way we could calm him down was
Yeah.
we used to have to pat the bed.
I remember, yeah.
That's how we
Pat his
like-
back.
No, the bed. So my son was in the hospital. He had a heart surgery when he was born, and like he was in the
Say
hospital
what?
for 2 months.
Yeah.
I'll tell you about it afterwards. But,
Okay, yeah,
Because
Yeah.
people have heard the story, but
cool.
Although you should say what today is.
today is the start of congenital heart, so CHD, congenital heart defects awareness week. So
Is that
that
a real
starts
thing?
today. Yeah.
Wow,
Oh yeah.
it starts from, so
good call.
February is Heart Month, and it's like just like Heart Health Awareness Month, and CHD, congenital heart defects, which affects.
What does congenital mean?
So it's
Is that like internal or
it's the children. It's like babies. Like
okay? Yeah. All right.
okay,
I'm not the
so-
smartest human, of course, but
I don't know exactly, but the CHD affects like 1.3 million children a year worldwide.
wow.
It's one of the most common, the biggest like problem amongst newborns. Newborn
Why?
children.
Why?
It's
Why?
heart
Yeah,
problems.
right.
There's
man.
got to be a reason.
And there's a million different types of. I mean, there's all kinds of different heart defects. So, but this is the awareness month. Today's wear red for heart awareness, and
Okay.
seventh through. I know I didn't either.
Come on, Steve. You're
My,
better than
my
that,
kids
Dad.
both wear their heart shirts today.
Was it just Sam that had this? or
Ben, the
Ben?
youngest one? Yeah. So when we brought him home, so we had like we'd have to pat the bed and everything. That's how we'd like calm him down. He was upset. So we got this machine. I forgot what it's called.
What is congenital heart disease? What does that do to a human?
Well, so there's all kinds of different ones. Well, my son had he had TGA, which is transposition of the great arteries.
Does it make him act differently?
No, I mean there's all kinds of different things. There's terrible things. There's a lot worse things. But my son's his heart could be repaired, and he's fine. So yeah, I'll explain it to you.
Okay.
But so like the thing that he has for his crib was it vibrated. It vibrates.
Oh yeah, yeah.
It's all through your phone. It has sound machine. It has light, and it vibrates the
Our
mattress.
bassinet vibrates.
So that is what we used for him, and it was amazing.
Yeah.
So that was that's what we used for him. Sam was just a sound machine. But but I'll explain to you everything about
You guys are getting tired, aren't you?
No.
No, dude, I don't get tired, man.
Come on, you guys are dads. I know you're tired.
I'll be up for another 2 to 3 hours. It's fine.
We're good.
It's fine. So anyway, what were we going to talk about?
We're talking about food.
So
what
now
kind
we're
of
going
early
to talk about.
foods?
We're going to move on to, and I don't know if you had him yet.
Oh, he's got to.
He's got to. You're a month in. Do you have a proud dad moment?
So
It could be or a proud
I do.
moment.
I
yeah,
do.
like you could be proud of your kid. You could be proud of you.
Yeah, no, the way he screams, it was like awesome. He's like putting effort into it.
That's
I was
awesome.
like, dude, great scream.
Yeah, those lungs.
like, dude,
healthy lungs, man.
I was like,
lungs.
I was like, inhale, exhale. I was like, dude, get it out, because I knew
Belt it.
that he was
Belt it.
growing. I was like, dude, great.
That's
He's
such a
like,
good perspective.
Yeah, dude, I
That's
love
such a good perspective, man. Because so many guys, myself included. I've been super frustrated sometimes. Like, why are you screaming at me? But that's
just
a
one of
really
those,
good
like,
perspective.
you know, it's like one of his
I
first
don't know.
couple, like his first few screams. I was like, you know what? He's learning to use his lungs.
Absolutely.
And that's how I looked at it. I was like, dude, keep going. I was like, great. And he was just like,
And
it was so cute at the same time.
Yeah.
I was just like loving every minute of
like,
it.
holy shit, it's
That's
loud and
awesome.
healthy. It's important. It's huge, man. Imagine being. I say childbirth is the next closest thing to being abducted by aliens. You're in a warm, dark,
right.
place, quiet place. And it's just nice and warm, and then all of a sudden.
Whoa.
You come out and you're in a stadium lighting, and it's freezing.
Yeah.
And there's people all around you. It's like,
Yeah.
put me back in there.
Yeah, right.
You don't
warm and
remember any of
cozy.
it, of course,
No.
but you're just
Yeah.
like,
I
wow,
remember
that's a
everything.
miracle. How did you get in there? I did a job, and that's what created that.
Yeah,
I was like,
right.
Oof.
It's amazing.
And that's a good proud dad moment.
Yeah, that is really good. That, like I said, that's a really good perspective, because it'd be very easy to just be like super frustrated by that. You know, why are you screaming?
No,
like,
I embrace it.
What do you want from me?
Yeah.
Because all they're doing is trying to communicate. And so, like, for you to have that perspective that you're proud of, like him using them lungs,
Absolutely.
that's great.
Like he's a month old, so like, you know, like what else is he gonna do? He's gonna cry. He's gonna poop.
Hey, man, you're gonna have
Black tar. I heard one of the other guests.
Yeah.
He's
What is
like,
that called?
Marconium? Yeah.
Is it
Which
got a
sounds like
name?
some type
Yeah,
of-
it does have a name.
Sounds
Dude,
like some type of metal or something.
Yeah.
Marconium.
It's got a really
like
good
that
hue
tar,
to it.
like-
It's really black.
yeah, it's really terrifying looking. It's just awful.
Yeah.
So,
Soon
man,
enough.
you're gonna
Wow,
have-
yeah, you're
Already
going to have a lot
mastered.
of.
You're gonna have blowouts. You're gonna have.
Oh yeah, that's another question I had.
Sleep regression. You're gonna have.
This
I
all
don't know,
ties into
you're-
sleep, by the way. We're gonna get back to that eventually.
You're not gonna. You're just gonna be like, what the hell am I supposed to do? What's
Yep.
happening? You're just
Yep.
gonna have what the fuck moments, what's wrong moments. It's a lot,
And it's all part of the learning
it's all
process.
part of learning.
and
You're
it's-
learning.
When does it get heavy? Because like 1 month, two days in, I'm like, this is sweet. Because obviously, Monica is doing great. She's feeding him perfectly. He's developing. He's growing. You know,
Man,
like
you just-
no blips on the screen yet. He's
there's
not
no-
being a crybaby. He's being a perfectly good human being.
There's no exact science to anything. There's
what I
there's no
figured. Yeah.
there's no kid's exactly the same.
Right.
Yeah.
Even from
Sure, all
child
your-
to child.
both
your
from,
kids-
from your kid to kid, it's like it just depends. Like my kids were good sleepers.
Gibbs was rough from like 3 to 6 months. I remember, because I
As
remember
far as
like
what though, like crying.
like waking up in the middle of the night and like nothing would console him. Like,
Did you guys have to like?
didn't matter about food. Like, what I would do is finally what I figured out would work. I was hold him to where he was facing
Yep,
outward.
that was my move.
He wanted to see what was
Outward, so
going on.
his back
His
is
back-
on
So
your chest.
yep,
Literally put your hand
I
on
would
their
put his
butt.
So yeah, I
butt
can-
on like my gut,
Oh yeah, I've
and I
held
would
him like
hold
that
him.
before.
I would hold him like this. So I'd hold him so over top of his chest and like grab like under his butt like
Oh
this.
yeah.
and I would walk around. I remember I used to count.
Yeah, that's a good position actually. You can like be comfortable
Yeah.
and like do things.
We used to go
it's
hit
part of,
every
like,
single
handling
window in
your
the
baby.
house. We used to go hit every window in the house so he could look out the window and see what was going
Dude.
out of each one of those windows.
Colson loves the window.
Yeah,
He loves
yeah.
light.
Yeah.
Did you guys notice that? Like,
Yeah.
I know it's a long time ago, but he loves like light.
Yeah.
Like every
Yeah.
time I bring him to the window, he's like, his eyes are wide.
Right.
He's
Yeah,
like,
man, it's just seeing everything. It's just
Seeing stuff for the first time.
everything.
You know, think about that. Like, it's literally all brand new.
Everything.
It's amazing.
It's really
you
cool.
guys need to have another kid. It's been 2 years, right? Since you
Yeah,
guys have a kid.
yeah.
Let's go, baby.
I'm pretty good.
Moms, I'm advocating for you here.
Oh,
I know
we're
you're watching
vicariously
this.
through your new dads.
Tell your dad to push
Yeah.
out another one.
Yeah, we live vicariously through guys like you.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good on that too. I have a niece that's gonna be a year. You know, I'm
Yeah.
good. I'm good. I'm good on that. Or Perry's daughter,
Right.
who's coming
Yeah.
on next episode. So, all right. Well, I think that we freaking did pretty good.
Yeah, we covered a lot, man.
We covered a lot.
Jimmy, don't forget about me.
We'll get him back out.
Tyler, dude, thanks so much for coming on. Like, this was an absolute pleasure. So good to catch up with you.
Does
I'm
it end
excited
here?
to
Do
catch
we
up
get
some
to
more.
keep hanging out?
Yeah,
we
we're
can hang
definitely
out.
hanging out.
We can definitely keep.
We are
hanging out.
definitely
I
gonna
was
hang out.
thinking Wild Goose Pizza, but if you guys are up for it,
Yeah,
it's
absolutely.
not a big deal if you don't.
I mean,
No, 100%. It's not good for my challenge, but
Oh yeah, we'll
Whatever.
talk about that.
Man.
We'll talk about that off the waves.
It's thin crust.
yeah,
Barely any carbs in there.
It's
Right.
wood fire.
yeah.
It's delicious.
No, seriously, thank you so much for coming on. It was awesome getting to talk a little bit, and we're gonna do that some more. Steve, anything else from you?
No.
When does-
Tyler, give your business a plug,
Yeah, do it.
and give the show a plug. Like, what were your experience?
Yeah.
Okay, well, if you lasted this long, what minute mark are we at here?
2 hours. 3 minutes.
So if you lasted to the 2 hour mark and you got to this plug, I will pretty much do anything for you. I will, you got Shiite sitting in your basement you don't want to look at anymore, and you're like, this space is beautiful, but there's just all this junk in there. I'll clean it out for you. I'll do anything you want. I'll be your best friend. I'll talk to you through the whole process,
and you'll find gems like this.
and you will find gems. And
I'm super excited about that.
Yeah, that is a really cool.
That's really
gem.
cool.
But I do junk removal. I do hauling. I'll do moving. You know, if you got a senior citizen that can't lift heavy things, look at this. I'm ready to move for
yeah.
Look at
you.
this guy.
That's
I
my
love
plug.
it.
I
I
stay
love
in
it.
shape for you.
I love it.
But I got cards. I'll give these guys later.
Awesome.
but
Excellent.
it's
Awesome.
not
Very
here to-
cool.
This is about talking dads, and this podcast has really been a therapy session, like you guys talked about. I'm very thankful for you guys inviting me on. I know I drank all your bourbon.
It's good.
but,
That's what it's there
all
for.
about, man.
The wonderful thing about
I know you
bourbon,
guys love
dude,
your
is it's
bourbon.
no
It
the
makes
bourbon.
it makes me in like a.
Bourbon is meant to be shared.
It is. That's what
It
it's all
is.
about, man.
It's shared amongst men.
Yeah.
It is, and it's
100%.
the best. It's the best.
You guys need to do poker tournaments over bourbon, or whatever you
We're
guys
gonna,
do.
we're gonna do some.
We're
bad
gonna
nights.
we
We're
got
gonna
some
do
more
bad
stuff
nights.
that we're gonna do this
Yeah,
year.
Okay.
coming soon.
So I will
We'll throw it
say
out
this:
there.
if anybody's still watching, if you're good at ping pong, let me know. I will beat you. You can't beat me.
He's a baseball
there's
player, man.
Cornhole.
Baseball's a big one.
There's a place in the Menor Mall I went to recently,
Yeah, they have the
I would go-
cornhole stuff there, man.
and they have a Stiga,
Mm.
beautiful ping pong table. And there's these guys that go there at noon every day. If you want to go, I know it's a tough time of the day,
No, but that's
Um,
crazy. That's awesome.
but I was fortunate enough to go at a certain time. It was like 11:30 at the Planet, and I was like on the rower, right? If you guys been to the
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
do you guys work
go-
out at the Planet?
I don't.
I
but
do in
we'll
on
get-
305.
We'll get
Yeah.
we'll get into that after this. But I was on the rower and I saw these guys playing ping pong. I was like, gotta do it. Ping pong is one of my loves. Baseball. If you have a baseball son, get him into ping pong.
Ping pong's a great hand-eye coordination.
Dude,
Oh, yeah.
it's
Yeah,
the number
that's-
one.
yeah.
It's been key in my development in baseball, hand-eye coordination, anything.
Absolutely.
And if you want to try to challenge me, I dare you. You won't beat me. That is my last plug. Junk Tossers is the name of my company.
Junk tossers.
Junk
check 'em
tossers.
out.
Junk
Look 'em
tossers.
I
up.
like it.
It's got a baseball theme to it. He's got a little baseball guy logo on it.
Nice.
I'm in the process of getting a truck.
Nice.
This whole thing kind of came about. It just kind of stumbled across me, but it's a very pleasing job. I can
Good.
help people declutter stuff and whatever you want. But
That's awesome, dude.
we can wrap this up. And I know
Yeah.
the Talking Dads is a great podcast, and I'm gonna smash the like button, like
Yeah.
it says,
I do.
or the subscribe.
Yeah.
I did actually the other day, so I'm sure you saw
Nice.
that.
Very
You're
good.
like,
Yeah. Yeah.
Tyler
100%.
Bean Satchel.
Yeah, that's great.
You saw that.
I love it.
I love it.
Very cool. So Tyler, thank you so much. Yeah, I can't say enough good things. This was a lot of fun.
Yeah, man.
We will do it again.
Yes.
And,
I'm in my
uh,
zone right now. I'm like,
yeah, it's good.
That's what we. That's how it
So,
goes
like
on here.
Tyler said, if you haven't already, smash those like and subscribe buttons.
Yeah.
We are on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, and then, of course, your favorite podcast of choice, whether it be Apple, Google, Spotify, Stitcher, iHeartRadio.
I
I think that's it.
all those? For
Yeah, we're
real?
on all that stuff.
Wow,
Yeah,
dude,
yeah.
that's a serious deal.
It's a big
Talking
market out
Dads,
there.
man. Yeah.
It's a big market out there. So,
Oh, here we go. This is
till
new.
next time, thank you so
Show
much
me.
for watching, listening, whatever you're doing. And remember to raise good humans.
Catch you next time.
Thanks.
It is so hard, I ain't got a babe. I can make it
Hey guys, if you love what you just heard or watched, and we know you did, do us a solid and hit that thumbs up. Share with your friends and throw us a comment, literally about anything. Your support legit keeps us going. Oh, and don't forget to give us that 5-star rating. We really appreciate you.